Hello, hello, welcome in. Oh, just punched the audio. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome back to the stream. Sorry about the little bit of wait. The thumbnail was completely wrong, and it was Dragon Age, and this is not a Dragon Age stream. This is a Star Wars Unlimited stream. So, set 4 of Star Wars Unlimited came out just this Friday, I guess. More so, it was pre-release day. So the pre-release events were going on Friday, and any stores that were running pre-release events were allowed to sell product, basically. So it was considered launch day. It's a little weird. I don't know why they kind of have it like that. I understand it. It's like pre-release, then like buy your stuff now, like, for coming out to play. You get a week early access, but the launch is technically next week. Again, I don't know how that necessarily works, but that's how it's supposed to be. I think that's when you can buy it online. You can think about it like that. So I went to Star Wars pre-release. I've been to a couple events. I believe I've already mentioned them on stream. I went to a Star Wars Unlimited set 3 booster draft, and then I went to a Fab TCG Armory Night, also a booster draft to the most recent set. Give me 1 second. And it was a ton of fun. It was so much fun. I had a lot of fun on both of those events. Those were really fun. That's behind us. Let's get to what really happened. Is went to pre-release, got the unlimited booster box, 24 packs. We should get through that pretty quickly. Also got pack of the pro tokens and both spotlight decks, the Boba Fett and the Han Solo, or the other way. And of course, played in the pre-release and got actually a bunch of packs. I ended up, just really quickly, I had a buy round, which sucked. There was 15 of us. Which meant, and it was a second round buy, so that means I had to wait. I played one game, got my ass absolutely handed to me on that game, lost 2-0, which it tends to happen. I've noticed it in Star Wars Unlimited. If you don't win the first one, you winning the second one is, I've had only, I think in all my experiences, I have lost, or I've only had 2 matches where it was, it was 2-1 or 1-2 or whatever. I believe 2-1. I believe I won both of those. But the first match that I had got absolutely dominated by someone who has already played the set a lot, by the way. It was like, because I went on Saturday and pre-releases started on Friday. This person had been to pre-releases on Friday and then was just like this one just to play more. So that's how much he likes the game. But then got the buy round, which does count as a win. So that's lucky for me in a sense. Free win, because I probably would not have gotten another win. And then my final round where I did get to play, I won the first round. He won the second round, then I won the third round. So I got a little bit unlucky in that second match. I think I could have done, it would have been like, I could have just beaten him 2-0 if I had, gotten better draws, but if it's not a bad deck. So in total, because you get 1 just for participating, then I got 2 more for winning. I got 3 Jump to Lightspeed packs, along with just the 6, packs that I had. I already unpacked all of unsleeved my whole deck and everything, but I did go, again, I guess you could say 2-1 with Rose. Rose red on Nadiri Dockyards. So Rose is good. I like Rose. I think immediately kind of presents herself as a strong leader, especially for limited and stuff. Lots of vehicles in the set, so she does really well. And I just kind of stocked up on good pilots, good ships and stuff. You also get your pack, what do they call it? Organized OP pack, I guess. Swarming Vulture Droid was in my OP pack. I'm just gonna quickly go over the highlights of the weekend, but Swarming Vulture Droid, Millennium Falcon. Sorry, hard to get the focus right in front of my face. Okay, and then actually pretty cool, rare Cassian Andor foil. So very cool. I like the foiling treatment on these organized play, which I had seen already, but barely for like the first time. The last week that I said I played. Other than that, didn't get too many good cards, but I got a good amount of cards. And I got some cards that can work in my deck. This is about how many cards worth of, like, you know, well, stack. I didn't have my full deck on there, but out of the 6 packs and then the 3 more that I got, so 9 packs total. And I actually got pretty lucky because I did end up getting a 2 legendaries so far, which is a very I guess that's lucky for just a pre-release event, right? Where I'm not paying full box price and I'm walking away with 2 legendaries, Devastator and Shadowcaster. Devastator is really good. Well, they're both actually really good cards. Honestly, they could work even together in a villainy deck. I'm kind of eyeing those villainy decks a little bit for this set because I feel like I should. Oh, I haven't played around with villains that often. I don't think I've ever played a villain, except for occasional like little scrimmages with my girlfriend playing like the starter deck. So I played like Grievous, and Vader in those, but and I think even Moff Gideon. I might not have played Moff Gideon, but you know, that's the only time I ever play villainy. So I haven't played villainy in any other way or even looked at the cards in that way. Okay, so that was just my little pre-release recap. In addition to the products I've shown you, I have brought both my Han Solo red in this one and Mandalorian deck in here because there are some very cool cards in here that actually really buff up these leaders. I think Han Solo becomes a little bit just stronger. Maybe more consistency could be added to his deck. But Mandalorian is really the one who's getting the huge buff because his hero leader action is just all about upgrades, and it's whenever you play an upgrade. So whenever you pilot, you know, since there's a lot of pilots in this, will be activating quite often, or you better upgrade cards to play, because if you want to like be using his ability consistently, you're gonna need a lot of upgrades. I have a lot of upgrades in here. I think I probably have like 10 like 10 upgrades, which is a lot of upgrades. Maybe even more than that, I'm not entirely sure. I think it is more than that. I think it's a lot more than that. But having that many upgrades, they can become kind of dead cards if you don't have units to put them on. And pilots are great because, well, they're both units and upgrades. So, you know, if you can't like put it on something, you can deploy it as a unit anyways, and there's versatility in that. So we're gonna see if we get any really good cards that we may put in these decks. I'm not 100% sure that I'm gonna be like streaming this that long. I think we're just gonna open a booster box and get out of here. But if it happens a little bit quicker than I imagine, then we will take a look at seeing if there's some cards we can replace in here. And again, it's like I'm making these decks. I know they're not very good because I haven't really tried them, and they're not really like solid leaders like off the bat, anyways. But I don't know. I just like building them, and I'm not even going to be able to really test them in Premiere because whenever I play Star Wars Unlimited, it's going to be booster draft. So, I mean, maybe at some point I will go to a Premiere event, a Premiere event. Maybe. I have been looking at the sector qualifiers, regional qualifiers, seeing tickets on there, and I'm like, would it be worth it to travel to those? I don't know. I'm kind of like in the TCG hole right now. I would really want to do that. But let's go ahead and proceed to the top-down camera. That is enough yapping about my weekend. And we're going to go to actually opening this box. I'm so excited. A couple things about this set that people have talked about is this one. There you go. I get to move my camera too, or I could just move over myself. I don't think I need to move my camera. Ignore the helium tank back there. I gotta get rid of that. But the rarity count has changed for this set. So they've updated the rarities. I believe there's actually less cards now in these sets going forward. There was a lot of cards to get through in the first 2 sets, or the first 3 sets, which makes sense. First year of the game, laying the foundation. Now these are about expanding all those little things. Hold up. Make sure the audio's not too loud for. So there are now, I guess the most important stat line would be that the legendaries, there are a lot more legendaries per, like, I don't know, box, I guess you could say. There's a higher chance of just getting legendaries. I believe what people were talking about in the store that I was going to play is that there are about 5 legendaries a box. 5 legendaries is the minimum they've seen out of all the boxes. And someone has seen up to 10 legendaries in a box. Now, I am always a Debbie Downer for the most part. So me thinking about getting a lot of legendaries in this, I'm not going to get my hopes up, okay? We'll take what we can get. There's a lot of good cards that I'm sure I'm going to get, at least like a copy of, because there's a lot of the good cards are uncommons and rares. So I'm hoping through one box, it is enough for me. So I say let's just get right into it. We're gonna go ahead and start. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but I will be, looking at the cards, kind of taking my time looking through them, because not that I've avoided spoilers, but I haven't really been like, I need to know every card that's in this set. Like, once the full set list came out, which I didn't know. It was talked about in the pages I visit. God damn, I'm trying to tear this. I did not look at it. I think I might have looked at all the showcases. I'm not actually sure if I've seen them all. I think someone just posted them and I was like, ooh, let me take a quick look. But also just when the media kits were going around and there was spoiler season, I was kind of catching some of them, but not all of them. A lot of small creators would get them, maybe would pass by me. I wouldn't search them out. And same thing when the media got to open a pre-release boxes to kind of show off. I also did not take a look at that. Lots of cool products out right now. I would say as well, I was really impressed with all the things that they're doing. I think this year is very good for the game. Set it up like it's in a store. How about like that? Okay. So I've already opened up 9 at this point. So making for a total of 31 packs for Jump to Lightspeed, not including the OP one, but we're gonna just, I guess, get into it. I mean, I'm so excited. I'm very excited to see what we get. Again, speaking of the spoilers, I also haven't paid attention to what cards are really, really good. I know there's some legendaries in there, Chewbacca, Devastator, which I already got, and just Shadowcaster that I also already got, but heroes and stuff like that, I don't know. I just want to build out the set, kind of add a lot more things to deck build with, so I'm very excited. Admiral Akbar, I believe a person who I have not gotten. Let me see. Let me move some stuff around. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna separate them in this one. It's probably smart for me to separate them now, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. There's not enough space on this table to really separate everything how I would want to, so I think we're just gonna go by pack. Just put them down. Nadiri Dockyards. Coordinator Front. This one's actually a good card. You may give a ground unit +2/+2, and you may give a space unit +2/+0 for this phase. That is very strong for a 2-cost card. If you have units in ground or in space, which you probably do, for two costs, good upgrade. Black Squadron Scout Wing, also pretty good as well. You may attack with this unit. It gets +1/+0 for this attack whenever you play an upgrade on it. 5 costs, a little high, but for the stat lines and for everything else on it, pretty good. I'm gonna nerd out over all these cards. Dilapidated Ski Speeder. When played, deal 3 damage to this unit. A good Rose card. Rose is calling me. I think I want to make a Rose Tico deck, but I also think maybe I should make a Kylo Ren and Rey deck. I don't know, there's lots of decks that I would like to make. But Rose, especially over this pre-release, really enjoyed playing her. But yeah, for 3 costs, 3/7, deal 3 damage to this unit, so it comes in at 3/4, but with some, hopefully an immediate Rose heal, it's a 3/6. That's good for 3 costs. Pretty good. Academy graduate, solid pilot, not a villainy card, by the way. Not a villainy, pretty good pilot. Give Sentinel. MC30 Assault Frigate, pretty good card as well. ATDP Occupier. This one was one I played. And probably better. I don't know. It's a decent, like limited card. God, I can't focus on this thing. There you go. But probably better for constructed, because in limited there's just so many vehicles and they're all in space. So I had this in my deck, I believe, with Rose, and I never got to really play it. I ended up resourcing it quite a bit, because just of how much, how little ground units there are and how little they are getting damaged. So if your opponent's not playing ground units, which most of my opponents weren't, maybe they play like 1 or 2, but even if they just play 1, that's just reduces the cost by 1. So I feel like you can't get a good value out of that at times. Air superiority is very good. Yeah, good removal for ground. If you control more space units than an opponent, deal 4 damage to ground unit that opponent controls. That is pretty good. Two costs, you can get that out early as well. This was a prototype tie advanced 3/4/3. Sweep the area. Return up to 2 non-leader units in the same arena with a combined cost 3 or less to their owner's hand. That's pretty good, maybe. I mean, you would try and keep this for round 3. I think that's probably the best time you're gonna end up using this. You get those early cards. Clone Combat Squadron. Ooh, a red 5. Red 5 is a good card. This set. Let's see if I can get a good focus. You may deal 2 damage to a damage unit on attack. There you go. But 3 cost, 3/4. I believe I have already one of these, so that's good. Ooh, Jump to Lightspeed. So Jump to Lightspeed is actually an interesting card. If return a friendly space unit and any number of non-leader upgrades on it to their owner's hand, the next time you play a copy of that unit this phase, you may play it for free. So, pretty good card. It can like quickly heal a card and also put it into your, I mean, since you can play it immediately for the phase for free, you can hold it and like save it, or guard it in your hand until like the end of turn and you play that card again. So pretty good. It doesn't say you would pay the upgrades on it again for free, so you would still have to pay for those, but if it has a lot of damage, you return it to your hand, get rid of that damage, put it back. That's really good. But more of a fun fact, I guess, is that Jump to Lightspeed is now the second card that has a that is the set name, Jump to Lightspeed. I believe the only other card was from the first set, Spark of Rebellion, where Spark of Rebellion also had, well, obviously that was the name of the set, but there was no Shadows of the Galaxy card or Twilight of the Republic card. So a return to set name cards, I guess. And that was our rare. And then Von Reg's TIE Interceptor, very cool card in a foil. It's an uncommon. So, man, I'm just really enjoying just opening, like, that one pack was so fun. Already a lot of interesting cards. Man, I'm really excited because I don't usually open a whole booster box all in one go. I have, of course, I have done that before. but I don't do it that often. I tend to kind of savor the moment, savor the box. It's a really expensive thing, and to just go through it really quickly it does not really appeal to me. I like to, you know, spread it out over a week or something, and, you know, maybe open up 2 packs a day, or like, you know, 4 packs a day if I really wanted to. But still, you know, that averages out to a lot of days. But I wanted to do this on stream because this is what I set the whole thing up for. This is why I have this whole desk cam, was to do exactly this. So I'm very happy that I get to do this, and look at all the cool cards. Wedge is cool. Playing a card from her hand using piloting, it costs 1 less. Deploys for 3/4 as a unit or as an upgrade, or 3/6 as a unit. Yeah, it's a solid card. Chopper base, repeat base from old sets. So actually, I haven't really paid much attention, but I haven't seen these new experience tokens. Pretty cool. I've seen the shield ones, but I haven't seen the experience tokens yet. Swarming Vulture Droid, a little bit of a meme card, but you can have up to 15 copies of this card in your deck. But they get better the more you have in play. So, I mean, it's a legitimate strategy, but, you know, if we'll see much competitive play, we'll see. Guerrilla Soldier, a lot of indirect damage in this this set. Indirect damage means that is your opponent chooses where to assign that damage, but it is unpreventable, so its shields actually do not block it. Resistance X-Wing, solid card. When this unit has a pilot on it, it gets +1/+1. Don't think I had this during my draft, because I definitely, or during my pre-release, because I definitely would have played it. It's a pretty good card. Cloaked Star Vipers, so that's a really cool art. Look at that art. Give 2 shield tokens to this unit, 1 played. Pretty strong. Clone Pilot, solid pilot, 2/2, 2/2, 2/2. System Shock, a really good card in limited. Unfortunately, I had it in my deck, never really got to use it. Defeat a non-leader upgrade attached to a unit if you do deal 1 damage to that unit. Did not ever work out. First game I played, the first pilot he would play, he would save all his pilots till the end, because Darth Vader creates so many TIE fighters that the first leader would always be Darth Vader, and this does not work on leaders. And then at that point, it was like I was getting bigger cards, so I was like, let me resource that instead. So very unfortunate, and then it really did not come into play after that. Munificent Frigate, very solid card, 5/4/7. Very nice card to put a pilot on. Tandem Assault, also very good. Kind of like that the other card we got. What was that? Coordinated Front. Give a ground unit a buff, give a space unit a buff. This one, attack with a ground unit, and then attack with another ground unit. Oh no, attack with a space unit, and then you can attack with a ground unit. But the ground unit is the only one that gets the buff. Rebellious Hammerhead, also a card I had. Came out like a couple times. Maybe only one in one of my games. I think maybe in 2, but 6/5/7, you may deal damage to a unit equal to the number of cards in your hand. It's usually not going to be that much. Unless you have a deck that is drawing you lots of cards, you're not going to be doing that much damage. But still, playing it when I have a 3-card hand, getting an extra 3 damage off is, you know, nice. Can kind of close the gap for you to do some kind of attack. Dogfight, also a good card. Attack with a unit, even if it's exhausted. That unit can attack bases for this attack. Very strong card to kind of trick an opponent, maybe. Having this allowing you to just send in a strong attack through when they least expect it. Another red 5. Happy to have red 5s. I think that's 3 copies of red 5s, hopefully, that I have. Definitely going to go in some kind of deck that I make. Ooh, Harrison Dula. Also a good card here. 2 cost, 2/3, restore 1, but 1 piloting. Cost same 2. Attached unit gains restore 1, +2/+3. Very good. Very good card for 2 cost. Now, also cool art though. Look at the TIE fighters. Well, FFG or Star Wars Unlimited inconsistent with their art, but I would say overall very good. I think they're getting better. We got a Corvus, rare Corvus. This is a rare. Inferno Squadron Raider. Restore 2. When played, you may attach a friendly pilot unit or upgrade to this unit. Oh. So it says, when played, you may attach a friendly pilot unit or upgrade to this unit. Defeat all upgrades on that pilot and remove all damage. I guess that would be if you had him on the ground. You could just suck him up. Very cool. Oh, and a Kimogala Heavy Fighter, but it's in a Hyperfoil. These Hyperfoils are so nice. Love how they make the cards look. For a while, I was a little disappointed with something with the formatting of the game. It felt kind of like, I know it was more appropriate to Star Wars, but stuff like with the care that the art team and the art direction at Flesh and Blood does, that game is just beautiful. And I feel like comparing any game to it is not very fair, but this does match and it has grown on me, and I am more happy with these hyper spaces. Okay, so another solid pack. I think we're just gonna stack them. We have so many packs to go through. So many packs. Okay. Major Von Reg. Play a vehicle unit from your hand, paying its cost. If you do, give another unit +1/+0 for this phase. That's pretty good. Does give another unit, so it is about having multiple units. Okay, 2/5/3/3, not bad. Let's have a action. Oh, on attack, you may give another unit in this arena +1 for this phase. +1 attack. Shield Generator Complex, nice base. Blade Squadron B-Wing, 3/3/3. If another player controls 3 or more exhausted units, I could see that happening. Jedi Light Cruiser, that's a cool card. Again, they've kind of been doing good stuff and upping their art in some areas, especially their space art. I feel like their space art was a little lacking. It's hard to make things interesting in space because it's all black and stars. But 667. Maybe good for a pilot. Electromagnetic Pulse, also a good card. Deal 2 damage to a droid or vehicle unit and exhaust it for 1. Very, very strong. Sith Trooper, first order card. These units get +1 for this attack for each damage unit the defending player controls. I believe the Vader I fought was running this, and it was wrecking me. It was a good, like, I was doing well in space, I guess, or on ground, and then he busted this out and it was destroying me. Because it is for each damage unit, so it includes space. So this Sith Trooper can come down, and even though you've been fighting in space, it would get quite a buff. And then, well, obviously you can't do anything about it if you don't have the ground units to deal with it. Royal Security Fighter. This unit gets +1/+0 for each damage on it. Grit. That's interesting though. 2 costs, 2/2. I mean, it can only take 1 damage. I guess if you attach the pilot to it, that'd be pretty good. A lot of these space units can definitely make up for it for piloting potential. Kijimi Patrollers. Create a TIE Fighter token. So it's a 2 cost for 2 1/1s. I don't know. I hate that it doesn't want to focus. But 2 1/1s. Occupier Siege Tank. New card. Or not a new card, an old card. Omicron Strikecraft. I like this one. Played this one a couple times. Had it in my deck. 3 costs. 2/3 Sentinel. That was actually, like, this was probably the highlight of my deck and why I won my second match. Honestly, I don't even think I drew it for the first match. But just as having a Sentinel early on at 3 costs, 3 health, and then pairing it with Rose, be able to heal it if I need to, but then immediately putting a pilot or an upgrade on it just makes it so much stronger. Or, you know, sometimes your opponent will kind of look at it and be like, it's not that good. 2/3 is, you know, 3 health is reachable by a lot of units. But again, adding a pilot or something very strong onto it, I believe I would add in an L337 was often on this thing, giving it +3/+3. So then it was swinging, it was a 5/6. So, and since 3 costs, you know, it would be like this turn or this card at you know, 3 resources. So the second turn, and then third turn putting on an L337 because it's also a 3 cost. Cool. Very good. Homestead Militia, old card. Clone Combat Squadron. This unit gets +1/+1 for each other friendly space units. Okay, 4/3/3 +1/+1. Not bad. Like that. Ooh, Fireball. Uncommon. This is also a good card as well. Comes in 2 costs, 3/3 ambush. But when the regroup phase starts, deal 1 damage to this unit. So you could say playing it. You have like 3 rounds with it before it goes away, unless you know it's attacked. But it has ambush, so you're probably going to be attacking with it. So I don't know, good card for sure. I don't know, maybe you might be like, I'm not going to use the ambush on it, right? Because I mean 3/3 is very good, and if you put a pilot on it, you know, you extend its life a little bit, and now you have a way stronger unit on like turn 2. So who knows, you might not even use the ambush, but I think the ambush is a nice like extra, like nice bonus. Ooh, a hyperfoil sweeped area. Seeing this one, or not hyperfoil, hyperspace, or yeah, hyperspace card. Super heavy ion cannon. That one's cool looking. Attached to a capital ship or transport unit. Attached unit gains on attack. You may exhaust a non-leader unit the defending player controls. If you do, deal indirect damage equal to its power to that player. That is good. I like that. And then we got a foil evasive maneuvers exhaust a unit. Good card. Or sounds pretty good. I mean, it's just exhausting a unit. That's always nice. Pack number 4. Again, as we go through these packs and we start seeing more of the commons, we're going to be going through a lot quicker on these. Darth Vader. Never drew him. He's so scary, though. Darth Vader is so scary in this game. I think they've done a good job in making him scary. If you attacked with a non-token vehicle unit this phase, create a TIE Fighter token. You're just going to be pumping out TIE Fighter tokens all the time. If you control 6 or more resources, deploy this leader, or deploy this leader as an upgrade. 5/6 on the ground, 5/5 in space. That is so scary. So scary. And then when deployed, he immediately creates 2 TIE Fighter token for 5/5. Oh boy, that is a lot. He's basically 7/7. So crazy card. Very scary. Yeah, Theed Palace. Skyway Cloud Car, I believe also a solid card. When defeated, you may return a non-leader unit with 2 or less power to its owner's hand. I guess that's solid. Sure, if someone has that, or someone has a unit that has, you know, less than 2 power, or, you know, upgrade. There's negative buffs and stuff. Kimagola Heavy Fighter, we've seen that. We got a Hyperspace Kijimi Patrollers. The create a TIE Fighter token card. Desperate Commando. So I had this in my deck, and it did help me a bit. Just because it was a ground unit that did 2 damage. I was able to, you know, sometimes sneak it in on rounds that I didn't get the initiative. But again, there's so little ground units in this set that this unit never got defeated. It was always there in the whole game. I mean, maybe that's the other person's fault, but you may give unit -1/-1 for this phase. Never ever worked out. Well, never happened. Eager Escort Fighter. Ambush 3/4/1, 1 health. That's, I mean, you're definitely going to use it just as a removal. Shoot down. Deal 3 damage to a space unit. If that unit is defeated this way, you may deal 2 damage to a base. I don't think I had shoot down, but this is a good card. 2 costs, 3 damage, and then 2 to a base, early game. You get this early game. This is good for those early early space units. Echo Base Engineer, also another card I would have. This one actually, you know, would come in handy. You may give a shield token to a damaged vehicle unit. Worked really well again in a Rose Tico deck because I had a number of units that came in with damage on them. Disabling Fang Fighter or something, or one of the Fang Fighters. We'll probably see them. Comes in damage if it's a 1 cost, but it takes 1 damage if it comes in and there's no other fighter units. So as a early game unit, would not be other fighters, so it would come in damage. And then using Echo Base Engineer to just give it a shield token, extend its life, or allow it to attack twice instead of just once is a good value. Same thing with just like having the Sentinel, had a little bit of damage on it, play this, put a shield on it. Or there's another blue X-Wing card, I don't remember the name, hopefully we see it later, where you deal 2 damage to it and you get to draw a card if you do deal 2 damage to it. So very good. And then, not to mention, you're giving a shield token to a unit and then it's a damage unit, so then with Rose, well, obviously with the shield you're able to heal that, and then, like, you know, not only does it have a shield, but now it's healed back to full health. So very annoying for your opponents. I like this card. I like blue a lot. I've been realizing this. I like Vigilance cards so much. Vigilance is very fun to me, and probably one of the more fun kind of like branches or colors in this game. At least it's definitely my favorite at this point. I don't think I have a second favorite or anything. I don't think I have any ranking beyond that, but I just like blue. Resistance Blue Squadron, also really good. It's a resistance card, which is important because there's not that many. But you may deal damage to a unit equal to the number of friendly space units. Very, very good as well. And limited if you have a lot. Your all clear kit, uncommon. Defeat an enemy space unit with 3 or less remaining HP. If you do and an opponent controls no space units, you may give an experience token to a unit. Oh, okay. So basically, if you do it early and you wipe a board or the side of the arena, you will get a free experience on a unit. Really changing the tides. On attack, if you played a Bounty Hunter or Pilot card this phase, you may draw a card that is for Mist Hunter. Sorry, the music sometimes sounds a little loud to me, so... Ooh, Timely Reinforcements. Good card. Choose an opponent. For every 2 resources they control, create an X-Wing token and give it Sentinel for this phase. Very good. I mean, it costs a lot, so you're only probably at most going to be making 3. I mean, it's possible to make 4, but 3. But still, 3 X-Wings, 2 units that will have Sentinel. I mean, it's just for the phase, but it can save you, hopefully. Or, you know, maybe the opponent will just choose to set up instead, or, you know, take initiative. And again, the X-Wings are not ready, and then they will not have Sentinel next phase, so when they're actually ready to attack and do stuff, they're going to be less threatening. Nien Noom, Loyal Co-Pilot, the rare of this pack. This unit gets +1, +0 for each other friendly pilot unit and upgrade. When it's on the ground, it's a 1 cost, 1/2, but then a 1/2 piloting. And it still does the same thing. Attached unit gets +1, +0 for each other friendly pilot unit and upgrade. I mean, it does say Loyal Co-Pilot. Oh, might be, yeah, for a 1 cost, that's good. Ooh, look at that. Tandem Assault Hyperfoil. Attack with a space unit. If you do it, well, we already know what it does. Attack with a ground unit, that unit gets +2, +0. But probably one of my favorite battles in all of Star Wars here. This one. Actually, I might not know where this is. In my mind, I thought this was Rogue One. Whatever that planet's called. How did I forget that? I forget. I'm blanking on the name of the planet. But walkers do not seem to be the same as in the movie. But oh well, still a really cool card. Cool hyperfoil. I do have sleeves, but in general, since I'm the I'll only sleeve cards that are worth like something more than like a couple dollars. So in general, rule of thumb for me is the legendaries are the only ones that get sleeved. These hyper foils and stuff, not very, like, I don't think they're worth that much, so not very worth it to me to sleeve them to protect them. I might sleeve some rare leaders because those are obviously rare and harder to get. Start with a Luke Skywalker, Nadiri Dockyards. Luke Skywalker, a good card as well. I like him. Almost drafted him. He was my other option. My other option for sealed, but when I looked at how many fighter units I had, I did not get that many, so he was not going to be popping off that often as Rose did. Oh, Techno Union Transport, absolutely crazy. It's a space shielded 4/6 card for 5. Very nasty. It's it landing, but so don't get confused. It is a space unit, but that was I believe, I forget what opponent dropped this down on me, and I was like, oh god damn it, that is nasty. Coordinated front, like we like that card. Black Squadron Scout Wing, cool card. Ooh, look at this Hyperspace Desperate Commando. This Hyperspace Desperate Commando looks cool. Looks great. Now, at first I was skeptical with these Hyperspace, but no, they're nice. They're nice. Borderless is always great. Special Forces TIE Fighter. You might understand the reason for borders, but borderless, ooh, so nice. Landing Shuttle. When defeated, you may draw a card. 3, 2, 4. Prepare for Takeoff. No, that's a pretty good card. Allows you to draw two vehicle units if they're in your top, top 8 cards of your deck. You do reveal them though. Ooh, Twin Laser Turret, also a very good card. These are just good upgrades to have. I unfortunately don't think I got one, but attached to a vehicle unit, attached unit gains on attack, deal 1 damage to each of up to 2 units in this arena. Always like these upgrades because, well, you can only have 1 pilot on a card, but you can still have an upgrade on it, as many upgrades as you want. So just, stock making a big unit even bigger. I feel like these kind of non-pilot upgrades are very important to keep an eye on and to know them. And they're just strong. On attack, deal 1 damage to each of up to 2 units in this arena. And it's already adding +2/+2. You're gonna be doing like 8 damage. 8 damage in like 1 attack. It's insane. With a pilot, like, what is insane? You're doing actually more than 8. You're probably gonna be doing like 12. Like, imagine having an interceptor ace and then putting that turret on there. 2/3. 2/3, 2/2 on like a, let's say a 4 power unit. Let's say 3 power unit. That's still 7, and then you're still doing an extra 2. So 9. It's a lot. Big Stark Lighter, very good card as well. I believe I do have him, maybe, but you can put him on anything for 1 cost. And it gives so many different like buffs on it depending on the traits on it. But very good. Ooh, yes, I really wanted a Mandalorian card. It's a double yellow. Whoa, I did not realize it was a double yellow. I knew this was a card in the set, but I didn't look too closely at it. 5 cost, 5/6. When played as a unit, exhausts up to 2 ground units. That's very good. But pilot for 2. Oh, it's not a double yellow, it's piloting. Wow. Yeah, hell yeah. So for you, it's cheaper. You play it for. Oh, okay. And then when played as an upgrade, exhaust an enemy unit in this arena for 3/1. That's good. I like that. Because I was thinking, it was like, maybe we'll put this Mandalorian in the Mandalorian deck. But yeah, the fact that you can play it as a pilot without having double yellow is really nice. Without a double, damn, this would be 7? Or is it an extra 3? That was an extra 2. I think it's 7. Grim Valor, a card I got in Rainbow foil. And this is an uncommon card, the Mandalorian. Okay, that was my rare. Grim Valor. When attached unit gains 1 defeated, you may exhaust a unit. +1/+1. Put it on. Great, putting it on that Omicron Strike Craft or whatever, the Sentinel. +1/+1, not that crazy, but the ability when defeated, you may exhaust a unit. Very good. If your opponent is thinking about, you know, attacking your Sentinel, or, you know, it's like, I've got to get rid of it, but, you know, I'm still going to lose 2 units to do so, no matter what. Very, very good. 1 cost. Oh, Luke Skywalker rare. Also very good card. Luke Skywalker rare. 2 cost, 3/2. But for piloting, costs a little bit more. Does 3/2. But if this upgrade were to be defeated, you may instead move him to the ground arena as a unit and exhaust him. So he has a little eject. Or if you put him on a pilot, which you should, whenever that unit gets defeated, he will just eject and he'll be on the ground as a 3/2 as well. Very good value for 3. Just a good card. Still Force Rebel pilot, great, just great. What's it called? Stats or traits. I was going through all of them. Great traits, nice rare. Would love to get more of him. And then a dorsal turret, also a good card, by the way. When this unit deals combat damage to a unit while attacking, defeat that unit for 1 cost. So as long as you do damage to a unit, it will defeat that unit. That's insane. It could be any unit. What you think about for a 1 cost? Crazy. Okay, good. Oh, we got the Luke Skywalker and the Luke Skywalker leader little pack. Moving on, that was a good pack. I'm liking these draws, these pulls. Little pile here. Might just throw these on the floor. Rose Tico. Probably my favorite, one of my favorite leaders of the set. I don't know if it's my like absolute favorite, but heal 2 damage from a vehicle unit that attack this phase. Very good. That attack this phase is very important. Can't just do it no matter what. So it needs to have attacked, but on the flip side, on attack you may heal 2 damage from a vehicle unit. Very nice. And 4 damage, nothing to scoff at, especially in limited. In limited and sealed or draft. 4 damage and 6 health. She's gonna be on the board for a while, and is going to be annoying with doing 4 damage and then healing from vehicles. So very annoying. Chopper base we've seen. TIE bomber. This one no power, but it deals 3 indirect damage to the defending player. So always making your opponent make choices is nice to do. Torpedo Barrage, deal 5 indirect damage to a player. Another indirect damage card. Swarming Vulture Droid. I think I already have maybe 2 of these, so I think we're up to 4. Dagger Squadron Pilot. I haven't seen this card. 1 cost 2/1, no matter what. On the ground or on a pilot or on a vehicle. Crackshot V-Wing. This is the one I was talking about. Crackshot V-Wing. If you control no other fighter units, deal 1 damage to this unit. So you can play it on turn 1. It is a 2/1 card. But because hopefully maybe you have enough one cost cards in here. There's a couple 1 cost pilots, right? So you get to, you know, maybe play this one and then play this one. So they go together and real nice. It becomes a 3/2, and then if you have it in a rose, well, I guess if you play this one, you wouldn't have it in a rose deck, but you could always heal it. Works well on a rose deck. Out the Airlock, very, very strong card. 5 cost. Give a unit -5/-5 for this phase. If you give a unit -5, past their health, it's a good removal card. Or disabling for some of those bigger units because they could get pretty big. But -5/-5 is strong. That's a lot of health you're saving from yourself. And then obviously their health is lower, so they're even more scared to attack with it or do something with it. So good card. First Order TIE Fighter. Kyogren turn. This one had it in my deck. I actually had 2 of these. Did not end up using them. They're good, right? Ready a fighter or transport unit with 6 or less power. Maybe later in the game, late game, but like if you're trying to do a curve and you're like, I'm gonna use this as my 3 cost drop, maybe think about it. Probably pretty good for using 1 unit to attack twice in 1 turn, but still, it's tricky. The timing of using this card is tricky. Maybe in constructed probably better, but in limited I could not make it work so well. I would end up resourcing it or holding it on to my hand for too long, and I was like, nope, just gotta get rid of it. Covering the wing, pretty good. Create an X-Wing token, you may give a shield token to another unit. Had, I believe, 2 of these, maybe 1, but I used it a lot. Very good. Again, lots of spacey units, so just playing this, you get a X-Wing, which is 2/2, and then you give a shield. Again, give it to like my Crackshot V-Wing, which I think is what would happen a lot because it's a 2-cost card. So now I have multiple 2/2 cards out there, and one of them shielded, very strong. Ooh, another Biggs Darklighter, like to see that. Hera Syndulla, like to see another Hera. I'm very happy with these cards. Anakin Skywalker, I'm very happy with these cards. Anakin Skywalker is very good. 2/2/3 piloting, also for 2/2/3. But when attached unit completes an attack and survives, you may return this upgrade to its owner's hand. So, pretty good. I mean, it has +3 health. But, pretty strong. And a Rampart. Enjoy the exit. 3/3, 2 cost, 3/3. This unit doesn't ready during a regroup phase unless its power is 4 or more. Okay, interesting. And then we got a Special Forces TIE Fighter foil. That one's actually pretty cool because of the blaster. Very nice and shiny. Good packs. I'm happy with these packs. More so, I think it's just that the cards in the set are so nice and exciting. Like, it's one of the most exciting sets of the game, if not, well, I like Shadows of the Galaxy. Smuggle's a cool concept. I wish more cards kind of had stuff like that, but I understand why that would maybe be too much. But still, you know, I like to see new Smuggle cards and new Capture, new bounty cards, that kind of stuff. But what was I saying? Still, the set overall is really, really good. Again, still probably might be my favorite. The first set was also good, of course. But this one it's up there. It's up there as one of my favorites. Attack action, Rio Durant, very good. Good limited as well. Attack with a space unit, it gets +1 and gains Saboteur for this attack. Ignore Sentinel to defeat a defender shield. Very good. My second match opponent had this Rio Durant, and he is scary. Also, he's a 3/5, and when as a pilot, but not only that, it gains Saboteur, of course, which is very, very good. But if it's a transport, it also gets +1, so it would be a 4/5. And let me tell you, my opponent had a transport. Resistance Headquarters, nice card. Oh, man, this shield token, so cool. So much stuff of this set is so cool. Look how cool this shield token is. Amazing art. Again, I'm so happy with this set. I was so excited. And now that it's out, I'm like, thank God it's good. Best the game's ever been. Dilapidated Ski Speeder. Not that I think it got bad. Skyway Cloud Car. See, we're seeing a lot of cards we've already seen. Evasive Maneuvers. Kimogola Heavy Fighter. Resupply Carrier. This one's interesting. 6 cost, right? 4/5, but when played, you may put the top card of your deck into play as a resource. So you're playing at 6. Let's say you have it exactly at 6. You're up to 7. Next turn, you're going to be at 8. Good ramp. Imagine you have 2 of those, you know, because you can have multiples in your deck. You'd have up to 3. Orbiting X-Wing. I don't think we've seen this one, but 4/4/4 with Saboteur. That sounds nice. And also cool looking ship. Repair. Reprint from the first set, I believe. Heal 3 damage from unit or base. TIE Ambush Squadron, we've seen that. When played, when defeated, create a TIE Fighter token. I believe the Vader I found also had this. I don't know how he got so many good Vader cards, but he was he was just overwhelming me with TIE Fighter tokens. I think at some point he had like 5. Supporting ET-82. On attack, you may give a ground unit +2 for this phase. Oh, Wingman Victor 3. Good card here. 3 cost. 4/3, but for pilot, just 1 cost, 1/1. But you give an experience token to another unit. So I like how it's a subtext or subtitle is Backstabber. But giving an experience token, very nice. Buffing up your cards. Decimator of Dissidents. Uncommon, 4/3/5. If you dealt indirect damage this phase, this unit costs 1 less to play, so you can bring it at 3 price with Overwhelm. Anything with Overwhelm is always really good to have a pilot, because usually 3 is not going to be getting over anything, but adding a pilot to that, you're doing so much better. Astromech Pilot. For 1 cost, you're going to put it on the ground for 1/3, but if it's piloting for 2 costs, you give it a 1/3 as well, but you may heal 2 damage from a unit. It's also, when played as an upgrade, you may heal 2 damage from a unit, so it doesn't have to be the unit that you attached it to. So that's cool. I don't know how it's repairing another, ship when it's not when it's not on the other ship, but whatever. Oh, they hate that ship. Also a good card, good rare here. Well, it's risky, but an opponent creates 2 TIE Fighter tokens and readies them. Then play a vehicle unit from your hand. It costs 3 less. So 2 TIE Fighters are 1/1s. But I mean, depending on when you're playing this and what unit it is, paying 3 less. Let's say you already have. Let's say you're at 3. You could play 6 cost ship. Well, I guess you would need the 1, so you would have to play at like turn 4. But either way, that's still like a big jump ahead, and I don't think the 2 TIE Fighter tokens are going to make much of a difference based on the stats of whatever ship that is. And you probably have some other trick on it. Independent Smuggler, it's the rainbow. 1/1/1 everywhere, but gains raid 1, so that's nice. Another solid pack. I don't know how many packs I've opened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does that make sense mathematically? No. What am I doing? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7, and then this is my 8th. Yeah, out of 24. So we're we're a third of the way through. Again, we're getting to these faster. We're seeing more repeats. That last card had a lot of repeats already. Of course, they're common, so we accept that. Hyperspace Wedge Antilles. Cool looking leader. These I would probably sleeve because the highest you can get is hyperspace for these leaders. So sleeving them, these are going to be the ones I build my decks with. Shield Generator Complex as the base. Corellian Freighter. Very solid card. It's underrated. Definitely worth a pick. 5, so it slots in neatly. There's a couple of 5 cost units out there, but like this one's worth having in the deck and taking up that. Like, if you're thinking about your curve, it's a good card to take over and like neatly filling in the 3 or 4 5s that you have in your deck. But 4/4 Sentinel is very strong at 5 payment. If it lives a turn, you're gonna put an upgrade on it. You're gonna put a pilot on it. It's gonna get even better, and still Sentinel, very strong. I believe I did have this in my deck. Don't think I actually used it. Maybe I might not have had this one in my deck. Now I'm thinking about it. Barrel Roll, another cool card. Attack with a space unit. After completing this attack, you may exhaust the space unit. So, very cool. Allows you to take on 2 people. Take out 2 units. Hopeful Volunteer. Good card. 2 costs, 1/3. Look at this Hyperspace Blade Squadron B-Wing. We've already seen the card, but... Bunker Defender. Not a bad card. 1 cost, 2/1, but while you control a vehicle unit, this unit gains Sentinel. So, and that's any vehicle unit, so it would be space units as well. Droid Missile Platform. Good card. I had this one, brought it out a couple times. It's decent. It is decent. 3, 4, 2. If you have the upgrades to help it, it could become pretty beefy. 4 damage is quite a bit. And then, you know, the opponent's a little scared for that 3 indirect damage that you're gonna deploy whenever it gets destroyed. So you're guaranteed to get 3 damage off, and hopefully a couple attacks. Because again, 2 damage on it, not too much. But again, put a pilot on it, you can attack with it multiple times, or very great for attacking the base as well. 4 damage, getting it off maybe twice, and maybe some of the indirect damage gets put on the base as well. So pretty good value for that one. Onyx Squadron Brute, heal 2 damage from a base when defeated. Pretty good. Focus Fire, also a good card. Choose a unit. Each friendly vehicle unit in the same arena deals damage equal to its power to that unit. That is a lot. But for 4 cost, pretty good. Red Squadron Y-Wing, pretty good. Deals indirect damage to the defending player when attacking. So only attacks for 1. Ooh, we got the uncommon Captain Phasma. We have not seen the Captain Phasma leader yet, but we have the card on my command. When played on attack, when played and on attack, you may give another first order unit +2/+2 for this phase. So that's good. It's obviously for the phase, but you at least get it off on when it's played. It's going to come in exhausted anyways. But 5/6, nothing to scoff at. And also, the only bad thing is that there's not many first order units. There's resistance units in this set, but there's still not that many. And then there's still also not that many first order units as well. This one counts. So, you know, with the leader, Captain Phasma, who I believe is a red, also works on first order units. So having this Captain Phasma out, obviously she synergizes with herself. R2-D2 is another uncommon. Like this card, 1/1/4, but piloting for it costs nothing for 1/1. It's a free pilot upgrade. And can be played on a friendly vehicle unit with a pilot on it. So basically 2 pilots. And then you may play or deploy 1 additional pilot on this unit. It says R2. So I'm not sure if this means you can have 3 pilots on a ship, or it's just covering itself. So this upgrade can be played on a friendly vehicle unit with a pilot on it. Probably means that when you play it, you know, it doesn't break the rule that it has 2 pilots, because this effect is making this first part of the statement accurate. But who knows? I'll have to look into that. Either way, very strong. Oh, and look at that. R2-D2 and BB-8. Happy beeps and R2. Love it that they're right next to each other. Also a good card. 1/1/4. Similar to R2-D2. You have to pay to pilot BB-8, but adds 2 more health. 1/2. And when one plays an upgrade, you may pay 2. And if you do, ready a resistance unit. Again, not many resistance units, but I believe Poe Dameron is. So good synergy, BB-8 and Poe Dameron, of course. But very similar cards. BB-8 might be slightly better overall, but R2-D2 is only a heroic aspect, 1 aspect instead of 2. So they do consider that, plus the cost. So, you know, I'm sure they even out. Tam Rivora, that's my rare here. Searching for Purpose. 3 costs, 2/5 ground unit, but piloting for 2. Attached unit gains on attack of an enemy unit in this arena -1/-1 for this phase. 2/2 buff. And then Rainbow Foil Bunker Defender. Again, a good card. Good card to have for 1 cost. Getting some Sentinels in there. Nice. Again, so far no packs that I've been like upset about. We got R2-D2 and BB-8 on that one. Okay, on to the next one. Pack number 9. Rose Tico again. Maybe we'll get her sister Paige Tico in this box. Mos Eisley. TIE Bomber, we've seen. Torpedo Barrage, seen. Swarming Vulture Droid, we've also seen. Dagger Squadron Pilot, we've seen. Oh, Red Squadron X-Wing. This is the one I was talking about that I had, I believe, 2 of these in my deck. When played, you may deal 2 damage to this unit if you do draw a card. Very good synergy with Rose. Same aspects. 3 damage, 3 costs. Card draw is important in any game, in any card game, of course. So, but deals itself 2 damage, and you can immediately heal that damage. So, very nice synergy with Rose. Phoenix Squadron A-Wing. Good card. Just 2, 3, 2. Solid numbers on that. Piercing Shot. Also a card I had. Did not get to use it. I did misunderstand it though. So defeat all shield tokens on a unit. Deal 3 damage to that unit. I ended up resourcing this a couple times because, one, I wasn't seeing any shields. Opponents didn't have that many shields on it. On their, I guess it was just, maybe out of aspect, or they just didn't have any cards that gave shields to their units. But, and then when they would come up, I wouldn't have this card anymore. But, it's not if you defeat all shield tokens, then you deal 3 damage to it. It is one effect and then the next effect. So I could have actually used it to just do 3 damage to a unit. That would have helped me get a little bit closer to defeating some things. So maybe misreading this might have cost me one of the games, but again, important that you could use it just for the 3 damage. So that's nice. Made me, once I figured that out, I was like, oh, that makes sense. I could have used it instead of resourcing it. Covering the Wing, another solid card. Veteran Fleet Officer, we haven't seen this one, but is a ground unit resistance card as well. And create an X-Wing token for 3 costs. Not bad. Only 1 health, but Have you now. I have you now. Good card. Attack with a vehicle unit. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to it during this attack. For 1 cost. Nice. Salvage. 0. Play a vehicle unit from your discard pile, paying its cost, then deal 1 damage to it. For 0. This is a scene from The Force Awakens when they're running to the Millennium Falcon. Like that. I've been wanting to rewatch some of these movies. Frisk. Good card as well. 2 cost, 3/2, but piloting 2/2. But when you play as an upgrade, you may defeat an upgrade that costs 2 or less. So very helpful in, changing the tide, and you can defeat an upgrade on an enemy unit, and while simultaneously putting your own unit on there out. So can change the tide of a battle pretty quickly. So first, good card. There is no escape. That's a cool rare. Choose up to 3 units. Those units lose all abilities and can't gain abilities for this round. 2 cost rare. That awesome art. Oh, and a foil Captain Tarkin. Also a good card as well. 3/2/5. I believe I did end up drafting him, putting him in my deck. But each friendly vehicle unit gets +1 and gains Overwhelm. That includes all space ones. So again, this set has really kind of changed the perception of the separation between ground and space, and then now how much ground units can influence space units and space units can influence ground units has increased. So focusing on both, obviously you can focus on one lane and still do really well, mostly having ground units, mostly having space units, but that synergy in between that you can have from ground units to space units is something that I would like to explore. I feel like I want to play a more mid-range style in the next decks I build or something like that, or how upgrading Han and the Mandalorian, I would like, instead of switching the Mandalorian completely to space, kind of trying to see if I can strike a balance between both ground and space, seeing how that works. But I think that would entail me for having, because obviously being a mid-range like that means that it's very tough for me to deal with both ground and space. Like if my opponent is only focusing space and they have huge units, or if they have ground units and they're focusing huge ground units. So it's a tough tight rope to balance that I would like to figure out and see what can be done about that. Oh, this one's opening. Am I opening these wrong? Maybe. Who knows? Grand Admiral Tarkin, first time we've seen him. Good card though. When you use a 1 defeated ability, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, use that ability again. Interesting implications this card has. Masasi Temple. X34 Landspeeder. We haven't seen this. A ground vehicle unit. We haven't seen a ground vehicle unit in a while, I think. But Ambush. 2 cost, 2/3 with Ambush. Tie Dagger Vanguard. You may deal 2 damage to a damage unit when played. 3/2/2. Independent Smuggler we've seen. Quasar TIE Carrier. I've seen this card. 6 costs. 5/7. On attack. Create a TIE Fighter token. Very strong. I like seeing as well in this set the kind of switching of now some of these high card cost units are just commons sometimes, you know. I feel like this, in other sets maybe a card like this would have been like an uncommon or something like that, but I like seeing some more very strong cards being just in common, where it's like, oh, a lot of these commons look very enticing. A direct hit. Defeat a non-leader vehicle unit for 4 cost. Insane removal. Definitely would be worth playing in any blue deck I make. That's strong. I would like to have more copies of this, please. Dorsal Turret, of course, another good card we've been over. Fight Fire with Fire, a card that I had in my deck. I believe I had twice and actually used quite a bit. Fight Fire with Fire. Choose a friendly unit and an enemy unit in the same arena. If you do, deal 3 damage to each of them. Worked very well with my Crackshot V-Wing. Again, it was a 2/1, 1 cost 2/1 because it had damage on it already. But using it like immediately or playing it first turn, attacking it with the second turn to base 2, and then using Fight Fire with Fire to destroy that once it was exhausted and used up. And then, you know, I'm only technically doing 1 damage to myself, but then I'm using that 3 damage to destroy the opponent's space unit. I end up coming out ahead because, you know, we both have no units, but I've done damage to base, and also, you know, kind of the value exchange there seems a lot better, doing it like that. So, very, very nice card that I like. Perimeter ATRT, also another card I believe I had, but again, not a lot of ground units. I mean, this is a good card to have in your back pocket, but not a lot of ground units, being played in, going to be being played in limited. So a 4 cost, spending 4 to get a Sentinel like this, I feel like you'd be wanting more cheaper cards that have Sentinel. But I mean, if you know the opponent has a big high cost ground unit, this could save you if you have it at the right time. But playing it at 4 once you hit 4 resources is probably not very worth it. Scouting Headhunter. 2/2/1 Sentinel. It's a good card. Fireball. Glad we have another Fireball. Good card. Great card to have pilots on. Wingguard Security Team. Well, that's also a reprint from one of the sets. Sentinel. Shield tokens. Very expensive. Dogfight. We've seen that. Good card. Tactical Heavy Bomber. That's the rare. 5 cost. 3/5. Deal indirect damage equal to this unit's power to the defending player. If it bases damage this way, draw a card. I want to say deal indirect damage equal to the unit's power. Oh, this could be good. I could see this as resistance card as well. But if you put a pilot on this, and this thing is at a 5 or a 6, and you're doing 6 indirect damage as well on attack, and then if they put any of it on a base, you draw a card. That is just value on value on value. And a foil Grim Valor. This is my second one. For an uncommon card too. Making this pile really tall. How much we've been through already. Nothing super crazy. Lots of cards that are going to be very important for deck building. This thing was opening easier. Oh, look at that. Might be dumb. Might actually be dumb. Easier to open that way. Not as messy. Admiral Piet, a rare leader. Should probably foil or sleeve this now, but I don't think this card's going to be worth more than like 2 cents, so I'm not in a rush. Play a capital ship unit for your hand. It costs 1 less. This card going to be very scary and very interesting to see how people make decks with this. I feel like this might be the low-key MVP leader of this set. Playing a capital ship unit from your hand, which are those big units that have like 8 costs. You know, I mean, they could be smaller. They could be like as cheap as 4, I believe. 4 or 5, but the capital ships can be up to like 11, and then it reducing the cost by 1. Ooh, crazy. What about when it's deployed? Each capital ship unit you play costs 2 less when deployed. Oh boy, yeah. People are gonna bring out some big nasty ships with this. Resistance headquarters in Kadar, or Dakar. Death Space Skirmisher. If you control another space unit, you may exhaust a unit. That's pretty good. Attack Run. For 1 cost, generic, attack with 2 space units, 1 at a time. Oh, I love this card. Contracted Jumpmaster. Look at the art on this. Villainy 2/4 Sentinel. That's nice. Insurgent Saboteurs. 6/6/5 Saboteur. On attack, you may defeat an upgrade. It's actually a solid card. Solid space card. Because it's on attack, you may defeat an upgrade. So it could be any upgrade from any arena. It's not of the unit. So just go in, attack the base, and then defeat upgrades on the pilots. This would be, I might remember this. Put this in my brain as a card that could work for doing that mid range that I want, where I am playing this on the ground, attacking base, doing 6 damage, which is a lot of damage, and then also maybe changing the tide by defeating an upgrade. It could be any upgrade as well, so it doesn't have to be even a non-leader upgrade. So it could defeat a leader, and it would help my space game enough. Hopefully, if I draw it at the right time. That's a good card to think about. Cloaked Star Viper, seen that. Clone Pilot, seen that. System Shock, good card, seen that. Munificent Frigate, seen that. Tandem Assault, also good card, seen that. Got Dengar. Classic Dengar. Crude and Slovenly. 5/4, but can pilot for a lot cheaper. 1/2. Attach unit gains on attack, deal 2 indirect damage to the player. If this unit is an underworld unit, deal 3 indirect damage instead. Okay. Yeah, because one thing about pilots is that they do not give their traits off to ships. It was a thing that I believe they said in one of the Fantasy Flight streams that they considered that the pilots would that the ships would inherit the aspects or the whatever the underworld bounty hunter pilot of the unit or of the upgrade, but it's too strong. Ooh, Silver Angel. When one or more damage is healed from this unit, you may deal 1 damage to the space unit. Guess what card this works really well with? Rose Tico. Ooh, blue leader. I like having another blue leader. So, well, actually, I think it's the first time I have a blue leader, but very good card. I was like, is this the right one I was thinking about? No. But Scare for Support is a good card. 3/3/3 ambush, but when you play it, if you pay 2 more resources, so for 5 costs, you can move this unit to the ground in the arena and give 2 experience tokens to it. And also, ambush is before when played, or I believe you can choose in what order they happen, because they're both when played events or when played things, whatever events, let's call them events. You can actually deploy it in space, ambush, do damage to a unit, and then pay the 2 and then send it down to the ground immediately. Exhausted, of course, but it would get the experience tokens. Or you can play it, move it to the ground, and then ambush. But a card that can do both space and ground, also an interesting card to consider if you wanted to do, again, what I was saying, a mid-range deck, having this either in ground or in space. And then, of course, you can still put a pilot on it. But yeah, I mean, Scarif is the planet. I was like, this is from Rogue One as well. Scarif Air Support, because this is them on the shield gate. But still, very good card. I don't know. I like blue, but I feel like if I want to do any kind of mid range, I need a red aspect. Maybe you could do a blue and green aspect to play mid range. But I don't know. Mostly because this card is just so good. Radiant. Oh, this is a legendary here. First legendary of the box. Radiant 7. Ambassador's Arrival. 7 costs 5/6. Each enemy non-leader unit gets -1, -0 for each damage on it. When played, deal 5 indirect damage to a player. That's good. For each damage on it. That's insane. And then you're already dealing 5 indirect damage. Pretty good. And then Zygerian Starhopper is my foil in this one. When defeated, deal 2 indirect damage to a player. 2, 2, 3. This is a legendary, and like I said, I will be sleeving this, so it's time to bust out the sleeves. I do have them. I don't have the sleeves I thought I had. I will use these. I'll use these clear ones. First legendary, we'll leave it up there. Now are we halfway? I don't even think we're halfway through the box. We are not halfway through the box, I believe. There's a good reason to keep these packs is that I can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're almost halfway through the pack. Next pack is halfway through the box. Keep our Radiant 7 up there. Maybe not the coolest legendary, but seems like a good one nonetheless. There's one important thing to note that I was reading on how they, how value is determined and how power creep and stuff like that is, obviously kind of coming, but how they're increasing the value of some cards and how some of the older cards might not seem as valuable or value worthy compared to some of the new cards that are coming out. That's just the nature of card games. But one of those things to always consider is the aspect as well, because this can be played in a heroism or villainy deck, since it's not either. So always important to consider. Maybe 7/5/6 doesn't sound appealing. Maybe this should be like a 6-cost card or something like that. But it being able to be played off aspect is, or win whatever villainy or heroism deck is nice value as well. Look at that, hyperspace Darth Vader, very cool. Again, I will be sleeving these, but maybe not as important right now. He's so scary. Oh, double hyperspace. City in the Clouds is also hyperspace. Cloud City. Corellian Freighter, another card we've seen. Barrel Roll, another card. Hopeful Volunteer. Quasar Tie Carrier, another hyperspace. That's 3 hyperspaces in this one pack. Also a good card, as we've discussed. Shoot Down. Lots of good cards in this one. Fleet Interdictor. Alright, we have not seen this one, but it is a common. 7 costs, 6/6. Again, them putting these high cost cards and having them be commons is, I like that a lot. But 6/6 Sentinel. When defeated, you may defeat a space unit that costs 3 or less. Strong. If you can get up to 7 on your limited, deck, draft or sealed, this could be pretty good. Big unit like this will save you. And then when defeated, you may defeat space unit cost 3 or less. Again, might be pretty good for saving you in the back end. MC-30 Assault Frigate, I believe we've seen this as well. Masasi Tactical Officer, I don't think we've seen this one, but attack or an action, attack with a fighter unit, it gets +2/+0 for this attack. That sounds very good to be for Luke Skywalker, right? Luke Skywalker deck has a bunch of fighters. Gives a good buff. 4 health is also very good. Outer Rim Outlaws. Shielded 3/3/3. Triple threes. Retrofitted Airspeeder, also another card we haven't seen. 3/6 Ambush for 5 though. It is a ground unit, but it's weird. Oh, it says this unit can attack space units. So it's a ground unit that can attack space units. While attacking a space unit, this unit gets -1, -0. So it would be 2/6, but I don't know. Put a pilot on it. This set's all about those pilots. 1 second. Okay. Also, might be worth considering for my mid-range deck. Again, 5 cost is a lot. It is a lot. But 3/6, maybe with the rose, you know, heal it after the ambush. No aspects on it. Again, that's part of the value. It's an uncommon. Power from Pain, another uncommon. Gave a unit +1, +0 for this phase for each damage on it. So that's could be good, depending on when you play it and what unit you play it on. Again, with this set, with these pilots and all these huge upgrades that give a lot of health to spaceships, health totals can get pretty high. I guess it's like temporary grit. In Debt to Crimson Dawn. Also a good card. 2 costs, right? It's a villainy, of course. But 0/0, you attach it to an enemy unit, and they have to pay 2 each turn, or it gets exhausted. So that can be kind of disruptive if you put it on a big unit that they want to obviously play. But if they pay 2, that may, you know, make their hand options a lot more limited. Phantom 2, a good card. I believe I also have a got a Phantom 2 in my sealed rare grit, but it has a really cool ability. If this card is a unit, attach it as an upgrade to the ghost for if you pay 1. It also doesn't exhaust it. Well, I guess it doesn't make it, but it's no longer a unit. Defeat all upgrades on it and remove all damage from it. Attached unit gets +3/+3 and gains grit. So this is like a space unit pilot. It like fuses in with the other card, the Ghost, which I do have somewhere. I think I only have one of them though. It's from the previous set, and it gives a grit. Very cool. Very, very, very cool and thematic card. 3/3/3. Ooh, IG 2000 Hyperfoil. This is also a good card as well. 4/3/4 Overwhelm. When played, deal 1 damage to each of up to 3 units. I believe this one's a little bit talked about. It's a rare too. Talked about because of Django Fett Leader. It exhausts. Django Fett exhausts any units that get dealt damage. Or if a unit was dealt damage, you can exhaust it. That's cool. This is one I might sleeve. It's a rare Hyperfoil, and it's a good card. I always keep opening these wrong. You open them upside down. Like a pile. Darth Vader. I wish I could get more rare leaders. I don't think... Have I gotten a rare leader yet? I think I got 1 rare leader. Do I remember who it was? No. I haven't gotten a rare base either. No, but those don't show up in that slot. They show up later. X-34 Landspeeder. Celestin Spacer, a card I got 2 of in my sealed things. Solid card. 1/1/1/1/1. Everywhere, all around. Nice little upgrade. Would put this on like my Crackshot V-Wing. Again, Crackshot V-Wing, 1 cost. Celestin Spacer, 1 cost. So I had, I believe both my opening hands, I would have a Celestin Spacer, and then I would get a Crackshot V-Wing. Playing Crackshot V-Wing. Goes down 2/1. Put a Celestin Spacer on it. Now it's a 3/2. First turn. Ready immediately the next turn. Yeah, that's good value. Coordinated front, barrel roll, Adept Arc 170. I don't think we've seen this one, but 4/3/4 restore 2. Red Squadron Y-Wing. We have seen this. This is an indirect card. Academy Graduate, seeing that one. Focus Fire, seeing that one, very good. Determined Recruit, I think we've seen this one. But simple, 2, 3, 1, anywhere. Ground Pilot. Dornian Gunship, we haven't seen this one. Uncommon, 5 cost. When played, deal indirect damage to a player equal to the number of vehicle units you control. 4/6. Really cool space, or really cool art. Very, very cool. Look at that. Von Reich's TIE Interceptor, where I believe we've seen this one as well. That's our second one. Silver Angel, we've also seen this one. That's our second one. Home 1, another legendary. Let's go. This one's a cool one too. Home 1 on my mark. Look at that cool art. 7/8. Of course, it's really expensive for 9, but if an opponent controls 3 or more space units, this unit costs 3 less to play. So it just comes like out of nowhere and with ambush. That is very strong. So you can deploy it at 6. If they have a lot of units, maybe they're making a lot of tokens like Vader. There's a good card to just come down, maybe take out that Vader at 7/8. Then, you know, put a pilot on it. Of course, put pilots on all these cards. Very, very, very awesome. I like that. And of course, our foil, Outer Rim Outlaws. Cool card. But that's another card we need a sleeve. That's 2 legendaries in this box. Again, I won't be disappointed if I don't get that many, but I am slightly hopeful because there is an increased legendary chance per box. So I'm hoping to get a couple more. My nose is itchy. If I get 2 more, I will be very happy. But setting my expectations low. Oh, there's another rare leader. And speaking of not getting rare leaders, Asajj Ventress. Deal 1 damage to a friendly unit. If you do, deal 1 damage to an enemy unit in the same arena. Rare leader. What is that? That can be a pilot. 4/6 on the ground, 3/4 on a pilot. I work alone. Oh, so it has grit, and when deployed as a pilot, it also gets gives it grit. And same ability as the front. Chopper base. Independent Smuggler. Yeah, let's move these. I'm getting rid of these packs. I don't really care about counting them. My plastic bag. Throw them in there. Independent Smuggler. Quasar TIE Carrier. Death Space Skirmisher. Now we're getting our Insurgent Saboteurs. We're getting our, filling out the play sets of our commons. It seems like we've seen most of them at this point. Landing Shuttle. Kijimi Patrollers. Twin Laser Turret. Perimeter ATRT. Again, we're seeing a lot of these we've seen already. Pretty much all the commons at this point. Apology Accepted. Uncommon. This one's interesting. 1 cost. Defeat a friendly unit. You may give 2 experience tokens to a unit. So if you have maybe a cheap one, maybe one knocking on death's door, don't have a lot of ways to heal it, defeat it, buff up another one, buff up another unit. Hunting Aggressor. 3 indirect damage you deal to opponents is increased by 1. So a very good card to kind of buff up all those indirect damage cards that are in the game. Now a lot of those units. Oh, look at that. Hyperspace R2-D2. That one's cool. Very cool looking card. I like that. I like it in hyperspace. I'm getting excited because I see in the back. Oh, look at another legendary. Yes. Shadowcaster, and this is our second one of these Shadowcasters. When a friendly unit is defeated, you may use all of its when defeated abilities again. Legendary. I'm gonna sleeve that one, and I also see a hyperfoil over here. Ooh, a twin laser turret. Again, I think I need to just play red. There's so many good red cards I've gotten in this set. Look at this hyperfoil. It's weird to see an upgrade like this, you know. But I mean, it is cool art. I'm not gonna deny it. And it's a good card. Okay, oh, sleep. We are now up to 3. We're in short succession too. We just got the Radiant 7 and then we just got the Home 1. Twin laser turret, cool, but hyperfoil commons, not very worth much, so not gonna sleeve that. Okay, so I think there's a nice little spot. We are almost at 2 hours right now, or 40 minutes. Gonna just take a small pause, gonna go pee, gonna go refill my water, and I will be right back and we'll continue with our unboxing. I'm just gonna throw it up to the pause screen, so sit tight. Maybe stretch a little. I will be right back, okay? It shouldn't take too long. Okay, we back. All right. Can we just take a moment? So I have, when I would go to these pre-releases, I would have the cardboard tokens. Of course, that came with the pre-release box, or any of the decks. Basically, they came with everything. And I would use those cardboard tokens for the most part, right? But did my camera move? I don't know. For the most part, I would. Sorry, I didn't realize where I was. For the most part, I would use the tokens that they, those cardboard tokens. Or actually, what would end up happening is I would ask people if I could use their tokens because everyone's showing up with their own tokens. I don't know where they would get them from, but it seems like they would get them custom from somewhere. But I've been seeing these ever since these tokens came out. I love all the game-genic products for this game, actually. I think they're doing great. They're killing it with the accessory game, especially compared to, you know, you see something like Flesh and Blood, and they don't really have official stuff. I bought Team Covenant things, and, you know, obviously you can buy from other vendors and stuff like that. Obviously they have official Flesh and Blood playmats, but aside from that, they don't really have, like, many sleeves and stuff like that, at least not to my knowledge. But this game-genic stuff is really, really cool. And these premium tokens I've been eyeing for a while. I've been actually, I don't know why my throat is all gravelly, but I've been eyeing the regular tokens that came out. But now with this new set, they released these premium tokens pro, which are really cool. And I very much worth it. These are the things I actually wanted the most. I was like, I'm definitely going to get these because I don't want to use the cardboard ones. They're shitty. But then also, you know, I don't have to can stop asking my opponents to use help, or, you know, to let me borrow their tokens. But very cool, very nice quality, double-sided. Hard, I need to get used to, you know, 1s and 3s, and, you know, you're still kind of doing math. It's like, okay, well, and then there's a lot of tokens. So if you don't have, I don't have a tray for them. So it's very hard for me to just be like, you know, easily access things. But, you know, and of course, nice initiative token. Other people use different things for their initiative token, but I like these things, you know. I like these official stuff. Cool little things, +1/+1s, experience stuff, which, you know, look really cool, work really well if you want to do them like that. Who knows? +1/+0, +1/+1s, and then there's negatives in here. There's also, you know, reminders, shield tokens on here, which is really cool. There is an expansion that comes with the stuff you needed for Twin Suns and Sentinel tokens, which I think is the only addition to there. There's also the Epic Action already used up token. Very cool. Very happy with these. I recommend all the game-genic products. I actually think their sleeves might be pretty good. I haven't used them, but from what I've been seeing, other people use them. They look good and they seem to be good, like shuffling wise and all that stuff. Got these dragon shields for Flesh and Blood because I had been not sleeving my cards, any of my sealed or my booster draft decks, because I wouldn't really get anything good, and yeah, I would be like, who cares, whatever, don't. Oh, I forgot to put these in there. I'll riffle shuffle, it doesn't matter. But you know, sometimes you get a legendary. Sometimes that legendary is in your deck, and it's like, well, don't really want to riffle shuffle that. I would like to sleeve that, even if it's not worth that much, but I would still prefer to sleeve that. And, you know, it's also just easier to shuffle. It's easier to pick up the cards. The sleeves are just so good, so important for card games like these. If you're playing out there, it just makes it easier to pick them up. Also, that's why I also got a game map. Makes it easier to pick them up. Kind of, you know, you have a little nice area to do stuff. You're on the same level as your opponent. That's, you know, I mean, you express yourself a little bit. Very much worth the investment if you're going to go play in person. But bought some cheap sleeves. I really wanted katanas, which is what I usually get. And I like the katanas a lot. They're probably my favorite sleeves. I haven't tried many, but comparing to these dragon shields, I mean, they're obviously cheaper, but they are just not as good. They're not as good. They're really not as good. I mean, they work just fine. I think, you know, honestly, sleeves are sleeves, and as long as they're not breaking apart as you're shuffling them, I think you're fine, and I think it's okay. So dragon shields are perfectly fine, but for that extra premium feel, katanas are really nice. Again, I want to try out what the Gamegenic ones seem, because they are a little pricey, so I hope that the quality is also there to match it. But that's a bit of a break, little rant about the tokens and sleeves and game mats. If you're considering about playing any of these games in person, definitely worth the investment. Because I really don't have any game mats before. This is my first ever game mat for anything, for any game that I played. Obviously, some of the like Flesh and Blood stuff was beautiful. The art is beautiful. So those, I always wanted one of those. But I was saying if I was going to go play in person, I would get a game mat. So I did. Just really good. If you are thinking about just going in person, get a game mat. Another rare, another rare leader, Admiral Trench. This one's also convisive. I don't really know what the word is for, but people do not agree on the effectiveness of Admiral Trench. Some people consider him probably the worst leader in the set. Discard a card that costs 3 or more from your hand if you do draw a card. I mean, it allows you to go through your deck pretty quickly. But then, when you control 6 or more resources, you have to pay 3 of those resources to deploy this leader. But as you can see, it is not an epic action, so you can use it more than once a turn. So you can, once you reach 6 resources, you can deploy them all the time for 4 or 5. You just keep deploying them every turn. So that's kind of what he is, what his specialty is. But then, when deployed, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. An opponent discards 2 of them, draw 1 of the remaining cards, and discard the other. So he's very good for just filtering through your deck and going through your deck quickly. So I like Admiral Trench. I don't think he's the worst leader in the set, but honestly, I don't think many of them are weak. So maybe Admiral Trench might be up there. And I might hate to say it, but Phasma as well. There's just not that many first order units, so. Okay. I feel like every time I do one of these streams, I dry out. I need I got my humidifier over there. I need to plug that in and like use it, but I don't. Dilapidated ski speeder. Get rid of this pack. Get rid of that. All right. Dilapidated ski speeder. Torpedo barrage. TIE bomber. Out the airlock. Good card. Now I think I have 3 of these, so would like to use these. Eager escort fighter. Seen that. First order stormtrooper might be the first order stormtrooper we've seen, but this is one of the very little first order cards that exist. 1 cost, 2/1, so good. But then on attack and when defeated, deals 1 indirect damage. So little nice bonus for 1 cost. Actually a pretty good card. CR90 Relief Runner. I believe we have seen this one, but 6/4/6, restore 2, and when defeated, heals 3 damage from unit or base. Resistance Blue Squadron. Prototype TIE Advanced. Rafa Martinez. First time we've seen Rafa. I don't think I got her in sealed. I'm pretty sure I didn't, but when played and on attack, deal 1 damage to a friendly unit and ready your resources. I have to look at my sealed haul, but I don't think I don't know. I don't really remember what cards I got that weren't blue or red from my page or my Rose deck. Rafa Martinez 3/3/3. When played on attack, deal 1 damage to a friendly unit and ready a resource. That's actually good. I mean, deals a damage to a friendly unit, sure, but readies a resource. Nice. Imagine with Rose. Heals. Heals that damage right off. Red leader. We haven't seen red leader either. 4/3/4. This unit costs 1 less to play for each friendly pilot unit and upgrade. So as long as other people have, or other units that you control have pilots, when a pilot upgrade attaches to this unit, create an X-Wing token. So cheaper to play if you have a lot of pilots. I guess this is a very like high pilot. I mean, it's called form up. So it really is like you want a bunch of units with pilots on them, bring out red leader cheap, and then creating multiple X-Wing tokens. Honestly, very solid. I like this card. Face off. Face off. If no player has taken the initiative token this phase, you may ready an enemy unit. If you do, ready a friendly unit in the same arena. Oh. Ooh. You would be on the back end though, on the back burner. Because you're playing this and then your opponent goes. So you would ready an exhausted unit that they have and you would let them attack you first, but you would have a friendly unit. So you better hope that friendly unit is better. Unless you take the initiative. Makes you take the initiative. You're like, hey, attack with this. Like this ready unit that I readied for you. Okay, so I could see the implications of this card. That's good. Allegiant General Pride. Rare, 2 cost, 2/3. When indirect damage is dealt to a unit, you may defeat a non-unique upgrade on it. On attack, if you have the initiative, deal 2 indirect damage to a player. Ooh. And then a supporting ETA2 for my foil. Okay, I'm gonna start another mini pile here. I swear everything moved. What happened? Does it move? No. Okay, I think that's more like where there was at. I swear everything moved. Oh well. Let's see my Vader now. A little Vader plushie, and I got my Boba plushie. Hanging out, wishing me luck. Maybe that's why I'm pulling so many villainy, like good villainy cards. No, I did pull a legendary heroic. Okay. And you can also see my stream over there. Look at that. What happened? Am I on the right one? I think I know what's wrong. I'm on the wrong one. I'm on the wider one. This cam 2. There you go. There you go. Maybe the other camera might be better. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. I was wondering because like even I'm like was not facing the right way. Okay. Wrong cameras. Okay. We got Rio. Shielded Generator Complex as our base. Attack Run. Another card we've seen. Contracted Jumpmaster. One of my favorite arts of the set. Swarming Vulture Droid. Shadowed Hover Tank. We haven't seen this one. This is a Fringe Vehicle Tank 453 Sentinel. Oh, I like that. It's good value. Supporting ETA2. Direct Hit. Tandem Assault. Special Forces TIE Fighter. Oh, 2 cost, 2/3. If an opponent controls more space units than you, ready this unit. Interesting. Maybe you wouldn't use it on your first turn, but your second turn. Repair. Heal 3 damage from a unit or base. Commence patrol. Put another card in a discard pile on the bottom of its. Put another card in a discard pile on the bottom of its owner's deck. If you do, create an X-Wing token. Okay. So this would be, I guess since it's an event, it gets immediately put in the discard pile, so you wouldn't just draw it again. Ooh, Trace. Trace Martinez. 3/2/5 piloting. Attached unit gains on attack. You may heal 2 total damage from any number of units. 1/2 for 1 cost. Cool card. I like Trace Martinez. I like this. And got an uncommon Leia Organa. Pilots to your station. Stations. 3/3/4. Restore 1. When played, you may attack with a pilot unit or a unit with a pilot on it. It gets +1, +0, and gains restore 1 for this attack. That's strong. That's really strong. Rare for this one is Jam Communications. Look at an opponent's hand and discard an event from it. Oh. Yeah, I think this is this new? It is a reprint. Might be new. Republic Y-Wing foil. 1/1/3 common. R2D2 packs. We've already gotten those 2 R2D2s, 1 hyperspace, and a BB-8. Got Grand Admiral Thrawn. We got a hyperspace Mos Eisley, but also hyperspace X-Wing. Always like that. Hyperspace base means hyperspace tokens. Oh. Dagger Squadron Pilot. Evasive Maneuvers. Electromagnetic Pulse. Hyperspace Clone Pilot. Oh, that's pretty cool. Onyx Squadron Brute. All wings report in. Have we seen this one? It says exhaust up to 2 friendly space units. For each unit exhausted this way, create an X-Wing token. So you would be well, I guess like if you start off like, you know, there's a second turn, like right? Yeah, the second turn of the game. And you exhaust 2 units immediately and then bring in 2 X-Wing tokens and then, you know, just hope none of them get destroyed on that turn. ATDP Occupier. Echo Base Engineer. Nice to have. Air Superiority. Oh, here's, speaking of Paige. Paige Tico. Dropping the hammer. Oh, this is her literally, when she's dropping the hammer, she's holding her thing. She's, looking up. 2/3/2. Pilots for 2. 2/2. Attached unit gains on attack. Give an experience token to this unit, then deal 1 damage to it. Have we seen Peach Tico already? I feel like we've seen something similar to that effect already. But good card to have, even if it's the second one. Boshek. 3 costs to deploy, but 3 to pilot or 2 to pilot. When played as an upgrade, discard 2 cards from your deck. Return each of those cards with an odd cost to your hand. Ooh, pretty good for drawing up cards. Now there's the blue leader that I want multiple copies of. Very nice card. Snap Wexley rare. His face. Resistance Recon Flyer. 3/2/5. When played as a unit / on attack, the next resistance card you play as face costs 1 less. You can pilot for 2. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for a resistance card, reveal it, and draw it. So this is a good resistance. Really good resistance card. You can make your resistance cards cheaper, or if you play it as a upgrade, you can draw a resistance card. Okay. Then we got an uncommon foil, Yerrick Jaeger. Oh, Jarek Jaeger? Coordinating with the resistance, a resistance pilot. While you control a ground unit and a space unit, attached unit gains Sentinel. So you want to use it as a pilot. Or, you know, well, yeah, pilot ground vehicles too. Good cards. Okay. Luke Skywalker, haven't seen the leader in a while. Still missing some rares, I believe. Still no Captain Phasma. Holdo. Seed Palace. Rogue Class Starfighter. Punch It. This is a good card. I don't know if we've seen it. Attack with a vehicle unit. It gets +2, +0 for its attack for 1 cost. That's nice. That's very good. Very good value. Indoctrinated Conscript. 1/2. 1/1/2. Hyperspace System Shock. That's a cool card to have a hyperspace of. Maybe, you know, the art isn't going around the border, but it's just a good card. So you're gonna use this. I always think about like the odds of me using a card that's hyperspace. I was like, that's the cool part. So the more likely a card's gonna be in one of my decks, the more happier I am that is hyperspace. 2/2/1 Sentinel. Scouting Headhunter, another System Shock. Omicron Strikecraft, good card to have again. I think I have 3 of these now. That's nice. Clone Pilot, seen this one quite a bit. Occupier Siege Tank, reprint. Here's our first uncommon, Cham Syndulla. Rebel Twi'lek. 4/5/4. When played, if an opponent controls more resources than you, you may put the top card of your deck into play as a resource. That's nice. Nice little catch-up mechanic. In case your opponent's trying to out-resource you, which they probably are. Heartless Tactics. You haven't seen this one. Exhaust a unit and give it -2, -0 for this phase. Then if it has 0 power and isn't a leader, you may return it to its owner's hand. Huh. Interesting. Next uncommon is a Banshee. On attack, you may deal damage to a unit equal to the amount of damage on this unit. Oh. 5/4/5. Our rare is a Seasoned Fleet Admiral. 2 costs, 1/4. It's not a pilot, it's just a ground unit, even though it looks like it's in space. But 1/4, raid 1. When an opponent draws 1 or more cards during their action phase, you may give an experience token to a unit. Ooh. So it attacks for 2, which is nice. But then whenever an opponent uses a card that draws them cards, you will buff up your own units. And then a foil Sweep the Area, which isn't uncommon, so that's nice to see. Now, how close are we to the end? We're pretty close. Yeah, we're last 6 packs. Major Von Reg. Seen him. Oh, Hyperspace Masasi Temple. Yavin 4. What's the back? Another X-Wing. Another Hyperspace. Diversion. No, I don't think we've seen this one. Give a unit Sentinel for this phase. Oh, that's all it is. 1 cost, give a unit Sentinel for this phase. I like that. Dedicated Wingman. I had 2 of these in my deck. I think I did. I might have gotten rid of them. I don't remember, but at some point I did have 2 of these. Create 2 X-Wing tokens. Felt like, yeah, I think I did. I did have this card. So very, very nice way to just kind of put out 2 ships. And then, you know, hopefully you have, like, you know, if you have enough resources, you can immediately put pilots on them, or, you know, do this at the end of your turn. Because, you know, sometimes you get to the point where you're attacking and then most of the turn is attacking and you don't have that many cards to play with the resources you have, and you leave the cards you play at the end. So you bring out these X-Wings at the end, keep them safe, then next turn maybe put some pilots on them, buff them up. Zygerian Starhopper. Swarming Vulture Droid. I don't know how many we're up to now, but it's quite a bit. Maybe like 5, 6. Royal Security Fighter, 2. Grit, 2/2/2. Grit. Prepare for Takeoff. We've seen that one. Rebellious Hammerhead. Cloaked Star Viper. Like, one of my favorite arts. Also one of my favorite arts for probably the set. I think this might be 1 or 2. Resupply Carrier. Good card. We got Jarek Yeager again. Jarek Yeager. One more time. We got Uncommon General Hux. 2 costs, 1/4. No terms, no surrender. First order. Each other friendly first order unit gains raid 1. Action. If you played a first order card this phase, draw a card. Oh boy. So General Hux with Captain Phasma, probably a really good synergy there. Uncommon U-Wing Lander. When played, give 3 experience tokens to this unit. It's a 5 cost, so it would have 5. It would be a 5/5, 5/5/5. When this unit completes an attack and survives, you may attach an upgrade on this unit to another eligible friendly vehicle unit. Interesting. Good card. Oh, legendary Death Star plans. This is a generic, or not? Yeah, I guess it would be generic card. This one's cool. From Rogue One, you can see Vader in the back there, and then you know, the guy who passes it on. When attached unit is attacked, the attacking player takes control of this upgrade and attaches it to a unit they control. Attached unit gains the first unit you play each round, costs 2 less. So it's like something you're passing around. So if you deploy it on yours, you can get a, you know, you're gonna get a cheaper unit, so that's nice. But it can be stolen from you, and then you're gonna have to steal it back, or you destroy it. And then we got a foil direct hit. This one's actually kind of cool looking. Defeat a non-leader vehicle unit. But that's our 4th legendary. And it's a cool one. Death Star plans. That's a cool legendary. I think it fits over here. Throw it. Okay. 5 more packs. Now, I was thinking when I went to the bathroom, I was like, I think I'm due a legendary, or I'm due a showcase. I feel like close. I feel like I'm getting close. I know that's not how that works, but I have opened at this point 5 booster boxes. 1 from the first set, 2 from Shadows, 1 from Twilight, and then 1 from Jump to Lightspeed. I wish I could open more, but oh Jesus, I wish I could open more, but not gonna happen. And then, but I've also opened 3 pre-release boxes, so that's 6 apiece. That's 18 packs there, and then I bought packs as well, just, you know, from in general, just from buying them every now and then. When I've been to a game store, I've been buying Spark of Rebellion, and I've been buying Shadows of the Galaxy. But then also I've been to drafts as well. I've been to 2 drafts, so that's also back. So I think I'm getting close. What is it, like 1 in 8, 1 in 10 boxes? But I don't know. I was just thinking, I was like, I feel like my time is coming up. I don't know if it's gonna be in this box, but soon. I want one soon. And I'm gonna be only opening more and more packs, so I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. Hopefully it's a good one. That's what I'm always hoping, it's a good one. If not, I'm gonna have to figure out a way to trade it. Okay, City in the Clouds, Cloud City, Celestin Spacer. I will say I do have a lot of legendaries, and I'm glad I've gotten the cards I've gotten, because I feel like I've gotten actually some decent cards to make some of my decks pretty decent. I feel like my Han Solo and my Mandalorian ones are pretty good. Like, they're okay at most, but they're not bad. Especially with, like, you know, test draws I've seen, and just everything as much as I can see. But would like to test it one day. But again, I don't think we'll do it today since it's getting kind of late, but we are, I will at some point take a look at my decks and see if I can upgrade them with Jump to Lightspeed cards, because there's a lot of really cool cards in this set. Techno Union Transport, good card. Oh, there's another Swarming Vulture Droid. Black Squadron Scout Wing. Droid Missile Platform. Again, a lot of these I'm like, oh, I definitely have 3 of now. Desperate Commando, First Order TIE Fighter. Definitely have 3 of a lot of these, so I'm happy about that. War Juggernaut, haven't seen this card, pretty sure, but it's a good card. This unit gets +1, +0 for each damage unit, but when played, deal 1 damage to each of any number of units. So immediately, if there's a bunch of ground units, you're gonna get a lot of damage. I would say 3 to 4 would be what you're looking to hit. So it would be a 6/7 or a 7/7. Ooh, Tansy 4. Nice one. I had this one as well. Good card. Good card for me to come out late in the game that really saved space for me. 7/5/7 Sentinel. And then when played, create an X-Wing token. Very nice card. I always try to get to 7 to when I got the Tansy 4. Ooh, we got a hyperspace in our uncommons. Power from Pain. Card we've already seen, but cool nonetheless. Corporate Defense Shuttle. I think I've seen this. Have I seen this? I don't know. But it says 2/3/5. This unit can attack. So whatever that means, who knows? It means something. I'm sure there's some way you can use this. And then Tie Dagger Vanguard common foil. I really don't know what to think about this Corporate Defense Shuttle. I guess you're meant to give it Sentinel or something? Because it's decent stats, but I'm gonna end up connecting that humidifier. I think that's my issue. Why I dry out. Oh, there you go. Admiral Holdo. So happy I got this card in my deck. It's tough, but it's for 1 cost. Give a resistance unit or a unit with a resistance upgrade on it. +2/+2 for this phase. That's good. Like if I'm trying to a resistance, I feel like a resistance that could be solid. I think Admiral Holdo with Poe Dameron as well, which we have yet to see, but with Poe Dameron would be very nice and would be a nice combo. Other side, it's on attack when it gives +2/+2, but actually that yeah on attack obviously doesn't cost anything, so that makes it really nice. Maz Eisley. Guerrilla Soldier. I don't know if we've seen Guerrilla Soldier, actually. 3/2/3. Deal 3 indirect damage to a player. If it bases damage this way, ready this unit. That's interesting. That's actually pretty good. I like that. I like that ability. Resistance X-Wing. Blade Squadron B-Wing. We got a Hyperspace CR90 Relief Runner, a good card. 6/4/6. Restore 2. Heal up to 3 damage from base or units when destroyed. Orbiting K-Wing. Fleet Interdictor, which you've seen as well. Adept Arc 170. Determined Recruit. Outer Rim Outlaws. First uncommon, Shuttle ST-149 under Krennic's authority. Cool shit. 4/3/4 shielded. When played and when defeated, you may take control of a token upgrade on a unit and attach it to a different eligible unit. So it would only be experience or shield. This would steal an experience or a shield. So interesting. Maybe bounties, I guess, would also no bounties. It would just be experience or shield. Wingman Victor 2. When played as an upgrade, create a TIE Fighter token. I believe we have seen this one already. What does it say? Mauler? No, I don't think we've seen this one. 2/3/2 or a 1/1/1 pilot, but creates a TIE Fighter token. Fly Casual, another uncommon. Ready a vehicle unit. It can't attack bases for this phase. So I guess an ambush, kind of. Relentless Fire Sprays are rare. 6/4/6 on attack. Ready this unit. Use this ability only once each round. Oh, okay. So it doesn't come. Oh, it's a double aggression, but it attacks twice a turn. And then, oh, nice Hyperfoil Leia Organa uncommon. We've seen this one. It's a good card. Okay. That's nice. I like that. Some good cards in that one. Glad we got Admiral Holdo. All right, this is our third of our last 2 packs. Nearing the end. At this point, I guess one more legendary, hopefully, is what I would be. I mean, I said I would be happy with 4, so I'm happy with that. But there are some cards that I wish I had seen. And hope. Oh, like this one. It's not over yet. Poe Dameron. Rare leader. Action 1. Flip this leader and attach him as an upgrade to a friendly vehicle unit without a pilot on it. I really wanted this card. I'm glad I got it. Nice. And it's hyperspace too, so I'm very happy with that. Hyperspace Poe Dameron. Masasi Temple. Interesting. Sith Trooper, good card as well. I believe we saw one earlier. This would be our second one. Kimagola Heavy Fighter. Corellian Freighter. Hyperspace Skyway Cloud card. This one's actually pretty cool to look at. Like, that's nice. That's a nice hyperspace. Bunker Defender. Nice. I think we already had 3, but Crackshot V-Wing. You know, I never really got to appreciate the art on this one. This one's cool. Nice art. Interceptor Ace. And it's also, yeah, it's not villainy or heroism on that one. Phoenix Squadron A-Wing. Fight Fire with Fire. Oh, the Razor Crest. I'm happy I got this card. It's the only one of them. I would have loved to have gotten more. Actually, I think I do have another one. I think I did get another one. It's only an uncommon, but I think it's in my pre-release one. The Razor Crest. Ride for Hire. Gonna go great for my Mandalorian deck. When a pilot attaches to this unit, you may return a non-leader unit that costs 2 or less, or an exhausted non-leader unit that costs 4 or less to its owner's hand. So that's good. That's, you know, like, yeah, just kind of dealing, or, you know, temporarily dealing with a unit, buying you some time. And a 3/5, and then obviously you're gonna put a pilot on it. Nice. I'm so happy I got that. And then I got a Chimera too. I think I also had a Chimera, but okay, getting good cards that I wanted to see. Reinforcing the center. When played, you may use a when defeated ability on another friendly unit. When defeated, create 2 TIE Fighter tokens. 6/5/6. Good card. Oh, there, Poe Dameron. On the Poe Dameron pack. This is the second time this happened on the Poe Dameron pack. We get the Poe Dameron. Yes, when played as unit, create an X-Wing token. You may attach this unit as an upgrade to a friendly vehicle unit without a pilot on it. So that's nice. So you play the unit, you create an X-Wing token, and then you can attach this as an upgrade to a friendly unit vehicle without a pilot on it, which would, well, I mean, I guess it would be the X-Wing, but I mean, you could technically do it wherever, and you still get a free X-Wing. But if it's piloting, it's a 2/3, and it costs 2 less. Very versatile. Very, very versatile. Oh, another legendary. There's a triple. I think there's only one double aspect legendary per pack, per aspect. I may be wrong on that. It may be 2, but I believe it's, I don't know. I think it might be 2, because I think it's like 2 units and 2 like events, or 1 unit and 1 event. But I'm not 100% sure on that. But unity of purpose. For each friendly unit with a different name, give each unit you control +1/+1 for this phase. I guess that would be the end of Rise of Skywalker, where everyone meets up at the end. But for each friendly unit with a different name, give each unit you control +1/+1 for this phase. That is strong. For 6, double, what is that? I don't remember. Whatever that card is. I'm blanking on these names. And then rare foil. No glory, only results. This is a cool card as well. Take control of a non-leader unit, then defeat it. So you take control of just any unit, I guess, from your opponent, and then defeat it. I wonder why it says take control, and it wouldn't be like just defeat a unit. But either way, it's a villainy. That's a cool one. That's a really cool card. I'm glad this was a good pack. That was a really good pack. That's probably like our banger of the the whole box. Let's go over that pack one more time. Poe Dameron, hyperspace. Then we get some good cards. Sith Trooper, Corellian Fighter, another hyperspace Skyway Cloud car, Bunker Defender, Crackshot V-Wing. These are good cards. Fight Fire with Fire. Then we get a Razor Crest in our uncommons. Then we get a Chimera, and then we get a Poe Dameron, and then we get a legendary Unity of Purpose, and then we get a rare foil. This was MVP pack right here. We're gonna put that one to the side. That one's good. MVP pack right there. We've had some good packs, but I think that one takes it. Two more packs left. Could change, but I think we're nearing the end, and I think that's probably the best one, as good as it's gonna get, which I'm very happy with. I'm glad I got my Podamerons. Just fill up on them. These are red. You can technically play the red one, and you can play the green one. I think there might be a yellow one. We got Wedge Antilles. We got Hyperspace Resistance Headquarters. I feel like we might have already gotten one of these, but still cool to see. We haven't gotten... Have we gotten any other rare bases? I think we got one rare base. So I don't know where... Oh, this one's a Hyperspace Experience. But yeah, I think we only got one rare base. Well, that's a bit of a disappointment. Should be a little easy to buy, though. Public Y-Wing. Because some of these cards are like cents, and I'm like, you know what? It might be worth just spending a couple of cents on them. The dollar on a card. Flanking Fang Fighter. Corporate Light Cruiser. We haven't seen this one enough. This is a good card. 6 cost, 4/6, ambush, and raid 1. So attacks for 5. And it comes out ready. TIE Dagger Vanguard. There's Red Squadron X-Wing. I think that would mark 3 of these, which I really like. I think that's a really good card. I think it synergizes well with Rose, and I feel like, again, don't want to say it, but I think I want to make a Rose deck. TIE Ambush Squadron. Piercing Shot. This one's pretty good. I think we've only seen this one once or twice, but defeat all shield tokens on a unit. Deal 3 damage to that unit. Oh yeah, that's the one I explained, that you can just do 3 damage to a unit. It doesn't have to have a shield. Munificent Frigate. Homestead Militia, the reprint. Oh, like Captain Tarkin. Those are uncommon. Nice to have. I think we're at 3 now. Maybe 2. Ooh, Gold Leader. So I already have a Gold Leader, but having another one's really good. It's a good card. A little, like, not immediate value. 6/5/5 shielded, and then while this unit is defending, the attacker gets -1/-0. It obviously doesn't have Sentinel. So if you can get Sentinel on this card somehow, I think the value of this goes up significantly. It's Sentinel, shielded, and the attacker gets a -1/-0. Oh boy. Again, obviously that makes it tough to take out, but it's high cost, so you want that like Sentinel to like get that immediate benefit of this card. Because more likely than not, they're just gonna go around it, unless, you know, I guess you're close to lethal. But still, good card. I'm glad I got that one. Contracted Hunter Hound. Have we seen this one? 3 cost, 4/4 ambush, but when the regroup phase starts, defeat this unit. So you're just gonna use it to just murder someone real quick. Oh, look at that. Nice rare. I'm glad I got this one too. Moff Gideon. Cool character. I know everything. Imperial Official. 4/5/4. When this unit deals combat damage to an opponent's base, each unit that opponent plays this phase costs 1 more. Damn. That's strong. And then a First Order TIE Fighter foil. That's a good card. Nice villainy. You have to take a look at what villainy cards we want to use. Final pack. Final pack. The box is empty. And now we have a final pack, R2-D2 pack. We pray to Star Wars Unlimited, you know, lords, that we are granted good cards. Yeah, that's technically a legendary, so that's 5 legendaries. We've got 5 legendaries, which seems to be the minimum per box, how it works out. So I'm glad we got there. But we could be at 6. Or it could be a showcase. I am due a showcase. No, really happy with so far how all these this box came out. We got a huge solid chunk of cards here. This one's a bit shorter, but nice chunk of cards. Good amount of legendaries. Good amount of cards I wanted. Not enough duplicates, but that kind of does end up being a thing where it's like, the way I think about it sometimes is you need, you know, you're most likely going to need 3 copies of a card. That would, you know, that's the max you can take. If it's a good card, you're probably going to want to take all 3. Some cards maybe don't fit in that little spot there. You might only need 1. You know, sometimes it's a unique unit. You can only have it once. You can only have 1 out. Oh, you know, or just the you know, balance of, you know, 2 to 3. You know, how much more important is the second one, or the third one? You might not need 3, but usually 3. So cards I get here, obviously I don't need to buy if I need to buy them. So like I have 2 Shadowcasters now. Maybe Shadowcaster is really good and I want 3 of them. Now I don't need to pay as much to get a full play set. Obviously I don't need all of these cards, Radiant 7 or Home 1 or Death Star plans. Maybe I could trade, who knows? Maybe someone wants to trade or something, I don't know. But you know, now that I go in person. But you know, if you want to build a deck, you have all these cards and you can, you know, start you know, be able to buy cards that you're missing from important cards that you like. Like, oh, maybe I want another Poe Dameron, you know, and now I gotta pay, don't have to pay as much. Oh, playing this one the wrong way. Okay, see a good start. I guess a good one to have. Hyperspace Admiral Akbar. It's a trap. Exhaust a non-leader unit. If you do, its controller creates an X-Wing token. Honestly, this one might be the one that people say is probably the worst leader to have. You're paying 1 to exhaust the unit, not even a leader, and then its controller creates an X-Wing token. So, I mean, you could do it on yourself, I guess, to build up, but for 1 cost, kind of wild. Vader does it for free, I think. But Hyperspace, nice to have. City in the Clouds, Jedi Light Cruiser, Electromagnetic Pulse, do it like this, Sith Trooper, I think now we have 3. 3 is Techno Union Transport, Veteran Fleet Officer, create an X-Wing token, First Order Stormtrooper, Dakar Cargo Frigate, All Wings Report in. I don't know if we had 3 of these. I think this might be our second one, but it's a cool looking card. Saucy Tactical Officer, also another cool looking card. That I think now this is 2, but it's a good one. Attack with a fighter unit, gets +2/+0 for this attack. Good for Luke. Stay on target, uncommon. I think it's the first time we've seen this one. Attack with a vehicle unit. For this attack, it gets +2, and it gains when this unit deals damage to a base, draw a card. So, you know, just immediately give a buff to a unit out of nowhere. It gets +2 and it draws you a card. That is good. Director Krennic, I think is our second one, right? I think we've seen him already. But 2/2/2 shielded. The first unit you play each round that has a when defeated ability, costs 1 less. Good synergy with Thrawn, who allows you to repeat when defeated effects. Oh, Hyperspace Red Leader, which I think we've seen as well. Form up, yeah. This unit costs 1 less to play for each friendly pilot unit and upgrade. So yeah, we've seen this one. And then when a pilot upgrade attaches to this unit, create an X-Wing token. So also really nice. Oh, in the heat of battle, that's our rare here. Each unit gains Sentinel and loses Saboteur for this phase. Each unit. Oh, damn, it's a disaster. That's cool. Two costs. Each unit gains Sentinel and loses Saboteur for this phase. That's nice. It means, like, basically, if there's enough units on each side, there's no way someone's going to be able to hit a base. Imagine you get this on, like, the round you might get defeated, and you're like, well, he can attack my base directly, but I get this one, everyone gains Sentinel, he can't get past anything, no Saboteur. This is our rare slot, so unfortunately, no showcase, but still a good card to have. I think it's a good one to put in my back pocket. And then a foil attack run. Attack with 2 space units, 1 at a time. That one's not bad. I think we have 3 of those as well. Well, that is it. That is the whole box of Star Wars Unlimited. 1 box. I know everyone's out there opening Carbonite boxes. I was not going to spend $300 on a Carbonite box. I'm sorry. I know some people are opening more than 1 Carbonite box. I would have thought about buying one of the packs. They were selling the individual packs, but they were selling them for like $30 or something. I think it was more than $30. Because I think they were selling a whole box for $320 at my store. But I think it was like 30 something dollars, $31, $32 for a carbonite pack. Might have been 30, I don't know. But I was like, $30, that's a lot. I'm already buying a spotlight deck. The price of this has gone up because now it's no longer a 2-player starter. I guess the way they justify the price increase as well. Well, one, it's an individual unit, so obviously it's going to cost more, but comes with a booster pack. So I think that's kind of how they do it. I technically do have 2 more booster packs open though, so I'm excited for that. I'm not going to do that. I was thinking about opening them, going through them, and opening the packs on them on stream, but I'm actually going to save it to play with my girlfriend. She does enjoy the game a little bit, and sometimes I can force her to play games with me. So force her, and then as a nice little reward, we'll open booster packs together, because we do that every now and then. I just buy booster packs. I'm like, here, let's open some booster packs together and see what we get. So very exciting, very excited to open these and play as these characters. There's also good cards in here. So actually, now that I was thinking about it, I think I might have said Chewbacca was one card that I wish I had gotten in the booster packs. Those are obviously not in the booster boxes. That's probably why I don't get them, but they would be on here. Both these cards, both these leaders that we didn't get Captain Phasma. Can't believe that. But these leaders obviously were not in the packs. Sorry, these leaders are not in the packs. And they also include exclusive cards like Chewbacca and Bosk. But they're in here, so these are extra cards to have, or extra cards to have. Obviously there's the Millennium Falcon and stuff like that. There's lots of cool cards in here that are not in the booster boxes. So there's that. I already showed you guys the legendaries I got from my pre-release, but this is all the legendaries I have from Jump to Lightspeed. Devastator, Devastator, Shadowcaster. Like, this is, that's good, that's real good. That's a nice red combo. I think the game wants me to play red. There's 2 yellow cards here though, so, and this one can go in any of them, so who knows, maybe we'll see. This would probably be good for a Thrawn deck when defeated, and then maybe Thrawn mixed with indirect damage. That would be really nice. I don't really know what leader. Akbar? I don't know if Akbar is to play. But maybe. But we can quickly go through these packs and see if pull out any notable cards that I think I might not have gotten a full playset of. And that will end the stream. So we'll just go through these, see what we get, see what there is. I think my normal deck is in here. So let's kind of split this. The base got Rose. Another base, Desperate Commando, Celestin Spacer, Crackshot V-Wing. We've seen this one. This is the foil Omicron Strikecraft that I had. Shoot Down. Oh, L337 was a good card to have as well. So I have pulled one of these, but we didn't see another one in the booster box. It is rare. With one booster box, you're not going to see all the rares, and you're also definitely not going to get a playset of them. Munificent Frigate. You can kind of see also my deck. Out the Airlock, because since this is directly from my deck, from the pre-release. Celestin Spacer. Gold Leader, there's the Gold Leader I was talking about. Shielded, so now I have 2 of these. Very nice. I'm glad you get a duplicate, at least uncommons. That's likely to happen. Though you still don't get all of them, so gonna have to buy some stuff. Piercing Shot, Hyperspace. It's the defeat all shield tokens. Oh, Hyperspace Rebellious Hammerhead. I was like, that's why I remember this card. I was like, I remember the art being awesome. This is a great Hyperspace. Droid Missile Platform. Good card as well. Perimeter ATRT. A couple foils in here. Grim Valor, +1/+1. We've seen those foils. ATDP Occupier. Covering the Wing. Fight Fire with Fire. There's Biggs Darklighter, which I think we did get 1, so now that's 2. I think we got 2 now. Echo Base Engineer. Another Out the Airlock, had 2 of these. Came in handy. Crackshot V-Wing, had 2 of those. System Shock. Hyperspace as well. So you got some good cards in that pre-release. Here's the other Phantom 2, so now I have 2 Phantom 2s. I only have 1 Ghost though, so fortunately that's one downside. Echo Base Engineer. Kyogre Turn. Tantive 4, this is the other Tantive 4, so now there's 2 of them. Kyogre Turn. Red Squadron X-Wing. I think we have 3 of those now. Dakar Cargo Frigate. Piercing Shot. This was, of course, my organized play thing, Cassian Andor. So I do have a Cassian, a rare one. Attached unit gains on, and it's a blue. Attached unit gains on attack. Discard this. Discard a card from the defending player's deck. From the defending player's deck. If that card costs 3 or less, draw a card. Very nice. 1, 3, 2, 4. I'm gonna put this aside, and then another Millennium Falcon. You should get a playset in the Han Solo starter deck, or Spotlight deck they call it. But a nice different treatment. Good to see. Storming Vulture Droid, again, add this to the pile. How many we have, but different border at least. We'll set that on top of over here. I might keep them kind of close to each other. Got just another base. Oh, actually, forgot about this. Got a Han Solo, or well, this was in the pre-release, right? You get the 2 Spotlight deck heroes. Hyperspace. They used to have them in foil, but now they have them in hyperspace. The very first Spark of Rebellion, they were foil Luke and Han, or Luke and Darth Vader. But I think they changed it because, well, if you buy the starter deck, you get also foil. I think something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong, but they should be foil in the Spotlight deck. But Han Solo and a Boba Fett hyperspace from pre-release box. I should definitely buy the Shadows of the Galaxy pre-release. I regret not going to the pre-release for that. I think it just didn't work out. But I should buy a box of that. At this point, Shadow of the Galaxy is the set I've had bought more of. Still only got 1 Poe Dameron, but legendary Poe Dameron. But I think I should buy the pre-release box just to complete the set, because now it's the only one I'm missing. But either way, we do have Han Solo and Boba Fett in here. We'll set that to the side as well. Find them easily. At some point I will organize this, probably tomorrow. Okay. Other cards. Oh, we got a Hyperspace Luke Skywalker. Hyperspace Luke Skywalker. It's pretty cool. Again, I'll organize this some other time. I don't need to separate them now. Darth Vader, Major Voneg, Grand Admiral Thrawn, Dedicated Wingman. Yeah, I didn't put these in my deck. I had 2 of them. Corellian Freighter. Also didn't put in my deck. Ended up scrapping that. Retrofitted Airspeeder. Because I needed more. I feel like my high cost units were. I had too much high cost unit. I didn't have enough low cost units. I think there was a couple things wrong with my deck, but I ended up tweaking that at the end. I ended up taking out some, also putting in more ground units as well, because I had too many space units and that were also high cost. So swapped them for some low cost units, ground units. I have you now. Uncommon. Oh, this one, no glory, only results. I think we did pull another one of this. Take control of a non-leader unit, then defeat it. Yeah, we did pull one of these, but I already have another one. So that's 2 of these, 2 copies of this, and this one's a hyperspace. I tell you, my sealed box was really nice, and I got those 2 legendaries. Well, I got this one, I think, and then this one was in my prize pack. One of them was in my prize pack. No, this one I got in my sealed, and then this one was in my prize pack. My girlfriend pulled that one. Shout out her. Here's the other Captain Tarkin I was telling you about, so I think that's 3 as well. Flanking Fang Fighter, and just some tokens I was using. But that was my... Oh wait, was that even everything? There's still this pile. I forgot. So yeah, a lot of cards. Trying to double check everything I have. 2 Bunker Defenders. Okay. Yeah, because I guess these will all be together since I was doing sealed. Oh, we already had a Fireball. I think that's 3 Fireballs. More swarming vulture droids. Eject, that was a good rare to get as well. Detach a pilot upgrade. Move it to the ground arena as a unit and exhaust it. Draw a card. So that one's good. I don't... Oh, well, I thought that was another one, but don't think we got one of those in my box. Salvage, we did get a salvage in there, so that's 2 of them. Lightspeed Assault. This one I did not pull, but is a really cool rare. Defeat a friendly space unit and deal damage equal to its power to an enemy space unit. If you do, deal indirect damage equal to the enemy unit's power to its controller. So this is insane. 2 costs. You defeat a friendly space unit, and then you take its power, and you put it on an enemy unit. And if I do, I deal indirect damage equal to the enemy unit's power to its controller. So if it's, you know, you sacrifice one unit's almost dead, you sacrifice a small power unit to finish it off, maybe like a 2 cost or 2 power, 3 power, and then that unit that you defeated had like 7 power, you're gonna do a lot of indirect damage. So, cool card, cool rare. Apology accepted. We pulled that one as well. Defeat a friendly unit. You may give 2 experience tokens to unit. All wings report in. I think we saw those as well. Air superiority. Black Squadron Scout Wing. Yeah, so I think we got more than enough for a full set of some of these cards. There's another Dornian gunship, which we also pulled. That was a cool one. Clone Combat Squadron. We also, I think, got another one. Resistance Blue Squadron. There's a Hyperfoil Kimagola Heavy Fighter. Heavy Fighter. That's nice. Oh yeah, and there's the other Razor Crest, so that's 2 Razor Crests. I'm happy that I got 2 of them. I think too, you definitely shouldn't just, well, I mean, you could just put one like big unit if you don't really have the unit, you know, another copy of a unit. As long as you have another unit, I feel like that does something similar. I think, you know, that kind of makes up for it a little bit. But obviously you can't count on that unit appearing all the time in your games. So that's obviously the downside. That's why you want multiple copies, so they can ensure and kind of know what's in your deck and be like, okay, I have 3 of these. You know, my deck's getting low. Maybe I haven't seen one. The other one's gonna be popping up. But if it's a thing like, you know, you have one Devastator, you get that early, and it's like, well, I have to resource it because I'm not gonna be able to play it. Like, you know, you're never gonna get another one, so that's obviously not a good feeling to have. But 2, I think, obviously mitigates that a lot. Literally doubles your chances of getting it. So you know, sometimes just 2 is good. Hyperspace Homestead Militia. There's Rafa. See, so now I have 2 Rafas. That one's good. Good card. Contracted Hunter. I also got 2 of these. A Hyperspace Commence Patrol. Didn't see this one. Put another card in a discard pile on the bottom of its own. Oh no, we did see this one. So that would be 2 of these. That was a good card. Electromagnetic Pulse. Kimagola Heavy Fighter. Death Space Skirmisher. Houndstooth. This one is this would be in the Boba Fett deck, but it is possible to get cards from, so a lot of these S tier or S rarity cards, these special cards, are only in the starter decks. That's how it's always been. They're either the starter decks or the 2-player starters, and you wouldn't be able to get them in hyperspace or foil unless it was like in the organized play packs that you get for, you know, playing every week or playing at a draft or something like that in person. And you know, even then that was limited. They didn't have all of them, but now you have a chance to get any of those cards as a foil in a pack, as a foil or a hyperspace in a pack, or a hyperfoil. So this was one of them, one of the Boba Fett cards that are only in his starter, but in a foil. While attacking an exhausted unit that didn't enter play this phase, this unit deals combat damage before the defender. That didn't enter play, okay. 3/4/3. What does it say? Reliable and deadly. S rarity. Sith Trooper. I think we got enough Sith Troopers. TIE Dagger Vanguard. Interceptor Ace. Yeah, some of these are just like, yeah, we definitely got three of them. A full set. Tigerian Starhopper. Look, I got 2 of them in my packs. Onyx Squadron Brute. First Order TIE Fighter. I think these are all going to be the villainy ones because I set those aside immediately. I wasn't going to play. I didn't have a. Well, I had Vader, I think, but did I have Vader? I don't remember. I might have Vader, but wasn't going to play him. First Order TIE Fighter, First Order TIE Fighter, Decimator Dissidents. This is also one we had seen. So this one, now we have 2. TIE Ambush Squadron. Oh, we had gotten a Moff Gideon. I completely forgot we got a Moff Gideon in my pre-release. So now that's 2 of them. So that's 2 Moff Gideons. That's nice. That's good to have. That's 2 rares. Again, getting 2 of them increases the chance of me putting it in a deck exponentially. And makes deck building just slightly more easier. But, you know, you're still not going to be at full power without a full 3 set. Though a lot of decks do just run 2, you know. The deck size isn't that large. You know, what is it? 50? Right? 50 cards in a Premier deck? So, it isn't 60, right? I don't remember. I get it confused with Flesh and Blood. Techno Union Transport. True Transport, Quasar TIE Carrier. There's another Chimera, so that's 2 Chimeras. Again, good cards to have. Luke Skywalker, Droid, Swarming Vulture Droid, another one, Diversion, Attack Run, Repair, TIE Ambush Squadron, supporting ETA2, another Red Squadron X-Wing, good card, may deal 2 damage to a unit if you do draw this card. Having 3 of those is very nice. Piercing Shot, Phoenix Squadron A-Wing, another Apology Accepted. That's a full set of this uncommon. Defeat a friendly unit, you may give 2 experience tokens to a unit. Another Decimator Dissidents, so that is also a full set of Decimator Dissidents. Contracted Hunter, I think that's a full set already. Jam Communications, that's another rare. I think that's only 2. Looking at opponent's hand, discard an event from it. Because like I said, I think I had remembered this one. I had seen it in a stream, but I think I was like, I think I remember seeing that in person. So that's 2 of these. This one, that's nice. Champ Syndulla, that's also 2 of Champ Syndulla. We also drew one. This one's a foil, which is really cool. Was the other one a foil? I kind of feel like the other one was a foil as well. But still, 4/5/4. If an opponent controls more resources than you may put stock card of your deck into play as a resource. Nice to have 2. Grand Admiral Thrawn in a hyperspace. That's really good. A lot of these leaders I did get in hyperspace, so I'm happy about that. With a hyperspace base, City in the Clouds. I think I already had one of those, but there's another punch hit. I think that's 2 or 3. Indoctrinated Conscript, Guerrilla Soldier, that's another one. Occupier Siege Tank in hyperspace, so that's another one. I probably already had one as well. But, oh, look, and another Occupier Siege Tank normal, so that's a full set for sure. I think we already had a full set. Omicron Strikecraft, we definitely have a full set now. Homestead Militia, Special Forces TIE Fighter, Landing Shuttle, another Chimera. That's a full set of Chimeras. I did not realize I had a full set. So that's, man, maybe Thrawn. Maybe Thrawn. Maybe Thrawn. Thrawn might be calling me. Dornian Gunship, that's a full set of this Dornian Gunship. That's also good. Captain Tarkin, that's more than a full set. That's like 4 of them now. Maybe I can trade one. Oh, Moff Gideon. Whoa! I forgot all these cards. That's a full set of Moff Gideon. Oh boy, of a rare. Misasi Tactical Officer, and a foil. That's also a full set. Darth Vader, Resistance X-Wing, Contracted Jumpmaster. I hope I didn't like mix up cards already. I think this is my last pack. The Admiral Akbar one. Contracted Jumpmaster. Another Swarming Vulture Droid. I think we're probably at like 8 or something. Shadowed Hover Tank. Cool card. Prepare for Takeoff. Cool card. Twin Laser Turret. Interceptor Ace. Resupply Carrier. Orbiting K-Wing. Retrofitted Airspeeder. Gold Leader. That's a full set of Gold Leader as well. I need to figure out how to make Gold Leader work. I need to figure out a way to give it Sentinel. I have you now. I think that's also a full set of that. That's an uncommon. And then Trench Run. We did not pull one of these, but this is a rare Hyper Foil. Attack with a fighter unit. For this attack, it gets +4 and +0 and gains on attack. Discard 2 cards from the defending player's deck. Deal unpreventable damage equal to the difference in the discarded card's cost to this unit. Unpreventable damage equal to the difference in the discarded card's cost to this unit. Oh, okay. So it's a gambit. So you do a huge amount of damage, but then you deal damage to yourself. Maybe a lot, maybe a little. But a rare hyperfoil. Those are all the cards. I think overall with this especially, very good. There's still, again, some cards in there that, you know, we got a lot of full play sets or rares, even uncommons of villainy cards. And again, I'm not that much of a villain. More so I haven't given it a shot. I would like to do a big ship, a deck, you know, with Devastators and stuff like that in there. Big capital ships. So, you know, maybe I might make a Piet deck. Maybe I might make a Thrawn deck. Who knows? But I would like to do that at some point. So, yeah, I'm kind of happy that I got those. But, you know, still for my immediate decks like Han Solo or for The Mandalorian, not many cards in here that are like... I mean, yes, there are lots of cards that will benefit those decks, but I think some of the more rare ones or legendary ones I would have been good on those might not. Don't think I got them or got enough as much as I hoped to. One way to put it. I did get one Mandalorian in there. There's the Mandalorian unit and pilot, so that's nice. But yeah, again, that's it. We are nearing 3 hours. You know, there was a break, so it took a little bit to start, but we're nearing 3 hours. That's gonna be it. I don't think we're gonna take a look at my decks or anything like that. I will not organize this. I will organize this on my own, maybe tomorrow. But thank you guys for joining me for a full booster box opening of Star Wars Unlimited. Very, very happy about that. I don't think I'll be playing or buying another booster box of Star Wars Unlimited anytime soon. If I had gotten like a really good card in here that I could sell, you know, if I got on a showcase maybe that I didn't want, I would do that. I would like sell it. That's probably my goal, or not my goal, but my plan. If I do pull a good card, or you know, yeah, just a showcase, I guess would be the only really good cards that'd be worth money. Even these legendaries aren't worth too much, even if they were like foil or something. None of them are, but or actually, what's this? This one file? No, but either way, I don't think I would have. It's not enough money to like buy another box, so I would take a showcase, sell it to buy another box. At this point, there's still some cards I would want from Spark of Rebellion and Shadows of the Galaxy, but it's getting to also to a point where I think I'm gonna have to stop buying packs and buying, or even think about buying a booster box of those sets at this point. I think it's time to just buy whatever, like buy singles for those sets, get cards that I want / need for my deck making like dreams. But I think Jump to Lightspeed is such a good like set, so I feel like going forward I'll probably end up buying Jump to Lightspeed stuff. I'm definitely going to be doing more drafts, so that's where I'm going to be getting most of my new cards from. We'll probably be doing a little bit more of rare drafting. I know, I mean, it's kind of risky because when you see if you see a legendary, you might as well draft it, but I'll obviously trying to win also gives you packs, so getting packs increases your chance of getting more cards. So a tricky thing to do, but either way, that's probably how I'm going to be getting most of my cards, is through draft play. Though again, it's like when I drafted Spark of Rebellion, I drafted what was it, blue and red cards, I think, or something like that. So drafting blue and red, I just went home with a bunch of blue and red cards. So, you know, maybe kind of see, ooh, I want that card. Kind of start shopping, I guess, for cards during a draft. But again, you want to win. I want to also play. I want to do well, get packs and all that stuff. So lots of things to consider for things, but that is mainly how I'm going to do it. Maybe when I go there, I'll also buy a couple packs. I'll be like, hey, give me a pack. I mean, you get one for winning. You obviously get the gem pack. But, you know, maybe I'll be like, hey, let me get another pack. Maybe I'll finally buy that Shadows of the Galaxy pre-release box. Complete the set. Maybe I just might buy a Spark of Rebellion booster box. Who knows? I know I said I shouldn't, but Spark of Rebellion has so many cards I want. But again, at the cost, you know, Poe Dameron probably being one of the most expensive legendaries. No, he's from Shadows. But even then, like, he's $25. I would only have to buy 2, so $50. It's still less than a box. And I guarantee I get it, and then I could still buy other cards that I need, and they're going to be cheaper than Poe Dameron because he's one of the more expensive cards in the game. So, yeah, I don't know. Lots of things I've been thinking about. Figuring out how I'm going to fund this and continue doing this. I'm definitely going to be going to the draft, so, you know, you don't really need to have a good deck, but I would like to. I would like to collect more cards of these. So I'm not going to stress it that much. I'm just going to go play, have fun, get into the game, build some decks, hopefully win a little. I would like to win. Again, I just won once for the first time. I've only been to, well, man, I think it is. I think, no, it would have been my second time. The first pre-release I ever went, I did get a win. So I think, yeah, this was my second win in 4 events. So, you know, I mean, I guess it's not too bad. You know, I mean, maybe in total, the amount of games I played, definitely not good, but, you know, I'm not complaining. And again, I just like the game. Fun to play. I just want more packs. I like opening packs. I like this game. I like opening packs. I like getting cards. There's cards that I want to make decks for. I see them going into decks that I currently have, things and stuff like that. Very fun, but it's just, you know, it's a little pricey. Who knows? We'll see. I've also been thinking about going to the actual regionals and stuff like that. It would include traveling, so I don't know how I would make it work. Again, if I got like a showcase, I think that's what I would end up using it for. I would end up selling it to help fund a little to go to these events. I don't know, some showcases are pretty cheap, generally like $60, but you know, a guy can dream. But yeah, thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. We don't do TCG days that often. My goal was always to do one a week. I think it's been 2 weeks since the last one, but you know, things happen. Sometimes there's not much to do. Again, these pre-releases were happening. I was talking about them before some streams. I think before one of my Veilguard streams, we did a little bit of TCG talk. Just talking about me going to these booster drafts and these booster drafts for Flesh and Blood and Star Wars Unlimited. So I'm playing both. This week I will be going to the booster draft for Jump to Lightspeed. I went to Fab last week, so technically it's Star Wars this week. Though made a little mistake. One, this is a good. I talked to the coordinator at the game store I go to. I was like, hey, this Thursday's draft, and they're like, yes, we're gonna be doing draft of Jump to Lightspeed, but gonna be using the excess pre-release boxes that they have. Still gonna be the same price, $20, but you know, 3 packs each person. Pre-release boxes comes with 6. So all 3 of those packs are those excess packs of those, you know, from the boxes. They're gonna use them as a prize pile. So I don't know how many people are gonna go. I expect quite a bit this week. Last week or 2 weeks ago, not a lot of people went. It was only 5 of us, so there was like a buy and everything. But you know, it's new set. You know, people were just here last week. Maybe they know about this little like pre-release box situation they're doing. So hopefully there's more people, but then also that just means a lot more prizes. From what I understand, it's, I don't know, they might change it up. Who knows how these stores always try to, you know, it's hard to make money, so I understand it, but I was trying to do little things. You know, why not just, if there's 6 people in the draft, just open 3 pre-release boxes, whatever. But you know, they said they were gonna do a pre-release box per person. So you pay $20, 6 packs, take the excess 3, put them into the prize pool. So that would be a lot of prizes packs to go. So, you know, I would like to win, get some more prize packs. You know, aside from the packs I get, but you know, you take what you can get. But yeah, I will update you guys about that maybe before Dragon Age stream, because you know, it doesn't take too long. Maybe I'll wait if I get a lot of prize packs. Maybe I'll wait to open them on stream. We'll see. I'm still gonna play Flesh and Blood. I don't know how I'm gonna do Flesh and Blood because next week they're doing a skirmish event. I've never been a part of a skirmish event. I've just started playing, so if I did that, I'd have to like, it'd be such a step. It'd be such a step from just doing a normal armory event to doing a skirmish. So I don't know. I'll think about it. We'll see. Thank you guys for joining me. Bye everyone. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for the good luck on the pulls. Again, we got 5 legendaries. There's another legendary over there. 5 legendaries plus 2 legendaries from my pre-release and prize packs. So 7 legendaries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 legendaries total. That's pretty good. That's like a box and a half. Okay, well, thanks for joining me, everyone. I will see you guys next time. Bye.